Well, here we are, episode 142. And on this episode, as usual, I have the Wrecking 2. Mark Smith, Lou Collichio, Music Relish Show. Find them on YouTube. Lou's running late tonight. So he's going to drop in. He's going to pull a jack. And tonight we're going to talk about where are they now? And a lot of other things. Where are they now? I have some one-hit wonders, so we're going to find out where they are now. Along with 45 Poker, You Make the Call. That's just going to be a light show. Hopefully it's not 3 hours like last week, but, well, you never know.
The KOFB studio presents Milk Crates and Turntables, a music discussion podcast hosted by Scott McLean. Now, let's talk music. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Amanda, for that wonderful introduction as usual. I'm scrambling here right now. Jumped in a little late, and it always happens. I forget something. I have to correct something, and that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah. It's one of the, let's see, if I didn't, oh, good, I saved that. All right. Then I have the wrong title up in the corner. Not that it's going to make a difference, but I'm going to change it anyways. I didn't change. I think that was probably up there for the last couple weeks. Let's see. It's important for people to tune in, the ones that do, and see what the topic is. Not one topic and then they're getting another. Where are they now? And that's what we're talking about tonight. Where are they now? Let me see. Where's the fucking... I'm a horrible typer. I think it's all there. Streaming. All right, we're good. Let's get that off the screen. All right. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside. Got a good show tonight. Interesting show. Interesting podcast episode. Where are they now? Interesting because I think we're going to be coming at it from different perspectives of how we're presenting this. I always just send it out and say, hey, this is what we're doing, and how it comes out, it just comes out that way. You know, like I said, this is not a very highly produced podcast, but it's a lot of fun. Even with, well, let me see, even with What's up?
I'm in the penalty box already.
What's up, buddy?
How you doing?
I'm doing
good
all
to
right.
see you.
Yeah, good to be here.
Stuck with me for a little while. Don't worry.
Right.
Lou's coming.
Let's get the chat up on the screen. Allison, good evening.
Hey,
or is it's good afternoon out there, right?
Nah, she's Eastern.
She's
in
Eastern
Vermont.
Standard Time. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right, Vermont. Yeah.
She's got another foot of snow, I think.
Oh, Jesus. You guys can have all that. Yeah. Hey, do you notice anything different about my screen?
No.
You don't, huh? It's because you never pay attention.
I mean, you talking about your room or
Yeah, like where my surroundings. Anything different?
Oh, yeah, I'm not good at that stuff. This is what I flunked out on in school. You know,
you flunked out on the topic, on the subject. What's different here?
Yeah. What doesn't belong and why?
What's the candle? I get a candle now.
Oh, nice.
Figured I'd change it up a little.
See, I'm looking for the obvious. The Spider-Man there.
Patty Ossie says she likes your hair, Mark.
Hey, thank you, Patty.
It's so soft and smooth.
Soft
It's
and
so
supple.
silky and supple. It's a lot of S's. Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. Welcome.
Oh my God. I saw Patty's first comment. I said, hi, Allie. Sorry. I really am out of it today.
You're brutal. You are a horrible co-host.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
So
Not ready for drive time.
Patty likes my candle.
Yeah, it is.
It's either that or Baron von Skull. I could probably squeeze them both in there a little bit. Let's see, how do I get that?
I can put
Get them
this
over here a little bit. And them that way. Slide it. If I tip it over, though, I'm in trouble.
Yeah. We'll get the big we'll be right back technical difficulty.
You see, because I literally have a rubber floor in this studio.
Oh, I could fall down. I wouldn't hurt
It's a
myself.
rubber floor. Yeah, I had
Nice.
I bought these big square when I was redoing this. I said, I'm just gonna, people put tile down or they put down. So I'm gonna go with a rubber floor.
Yeah.
You know who loves this rubber floor?
Your
My
head.
cat Morrissey.
Ah.
Oh, click, click. He just digs his claws. Loves it.
You hear
Loves
that?
it. So Lou, he's kneading bread. So Lou's late. He said after 7, which could be between 7 and 10. There's a window there. There's a window.
He'll be on soon.
Big Head Todd the Wet Sprocket is driving from Sacramento to LA, and so he's going to visit his parents. And
How long does that take?
he'll be watching the whole episode. Listening. He'll be listening to the whole episode on his drive. Lou is not here, but I am. That's right. That's right. It's a good thing that Jack is on the road and he's not going to do a drop-in, because the last thing I would want is fucking Mark and Jack on the same show and it's just me.
Yeah.
And just me.
Oh, that would be great.
7 hours it takes him to drive. Oh,
Wow.
that is the length of the state, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, we're not doing a 7-hour show.
You said on
That's
the
for sure.
intro it's going to be a light show tonight. It's going to be light.
Light show. So I have this other podcast called The Vets Connect.
Excellent podcast.
Jeffrey Adami. Jeffrey. Who the fuck puts their name? What man puts Jeffrey? It's Jeff. It's Jeff. It's Jeffy. It's Jeff. Jay. But who puts their name Jeffrey Adami? And I know him. He's as big as you, Mark. Like, he's a big dude. And he calls himself Jeffrey. He's Jeffrey.
At least it's not Jeffy. It's Jeffrey. That's his full name.
I know. I think Jeffy might be better than just calling myself Jeffrey.
Oh,
Hi,
boy.
Jeffrey. Hello, Jeffrey Adami.
Taking on someone's name. Oh,
That's right, because that's what I do.
We know.
That's what I do. That's what I do best. Where is the Santa hat? I have no idea what he's talking about there. Is he talking about the King of Facebook crown? Is that what he's talking about?
Yeah.
Well, he hasn't tuned in for a while, evidently. So,
Got to have coffee for that one.
Jim Harris, King of the Villages in Florida. His golf cart, Jim Harris's golf cart. It's like, oh, Mark's using he's used his cough button. Look at you. You're a professional.
Yeah, pollen's starting up here.
Yeah. Jim Harris, his golf cart at the Villages, the infamous Villages. Some call it a cult, right? The place is insane, though. There's something going on every night. I mean, they do it right. Place is it's huge, though. It's getting bigger and bigger. And hey, listen, people like it there, but his golf cart, because golf carts are the big deal, it's the shape of a crown.
Really?
No, not really, but it should be.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bob Doucette says, I must be mistaken. I thought this was a music, but well, I'll tell you what, Bob, you're right. We were trying to kill time because
I'll just sit with my record.
Collichio was late.
No, oh, something's not working here.
Oh, here we go.
Here's the music. Everybody wants music, so.
Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello.
See,
hello,
Bob
hello,
just
hello.
said this is why.
Hello.
This is why.
This is why.
We can hear Lou, and Lou, can Lou hear us?
Yes, I can.
Welcome
we hear
to
you
the
just
show.
Thank you.
It's official.
It's official.
Yes, it's an official show.
Thanks.
Bob Doucette was just chastising us because Mark and I were trying to delay
Oh,
because we're teammates. That's how we work. We're a
That's
team,
right.
Bob Doucette, not an individual like you.
hey, Dave. What did he say here? Oh, I must be mistaken. I thought this was a music podcast. Whoa. Jumped onto some hostility here.
No, that's an eager fan. That's an eager fan
Okay.
who loves music. He has an insane stereo system. Insane stereo system.
Oh, nice.
Like way beyond what one man needs. But it's insane.
There's no limits to stereo.
I mean,
yeah, right.
it's enviable. His setup is enviable. I'll give him that. So let's get into 45 poker right away, gentlemen. Let's
got
get
it.
this. Let's get this started. Now I still haven't shuffled my deck. I have. I probably have like 4 weeks, 5 weeks left in this box.
Wow.
So yeah. Like I'll just pull the stack out. Like I still have like that many to go, and we're only doing 3 or 6. So yeah, Patty Yossi hooked us up.
Yeah.
She hooked us up. All right, here we go. Let's get this party started. I'm going to reach in. I'll start with Mark this week. Let's start with Mark.
All right.
You know what? Let me start with me. I always start with one of you guys.
Yeah,
Let me
start
start with
with
me.
yourself.
Let's see. Here we go. I'm reaching into my little box of 45s, and what are they coming up? It is from Warner Reprieve. No, Warner Reprieve. Is this Warner Reprieve? Rare Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Here Comes the Night or Born to Wander.
Not their hit.
I always start off slow. Here you go, Mark. Here's yours. Ready?
Yep.
From Atlantic Records. Mark's been getting some good hands lately. He's pulling some good 45s. Atlantic Records. You got to love the retro
Oh, I love it.
package, right?
Yeah.
Got that logo right there.
Uh-huh.
Right up in the corner. We have the Trammps.
Ooh.
That's where the happy people go, down at the disco.
Wow.
That's where the happy people go. Happy people go. Disco.
I guess
where
that's
the
the ace side.
happy people go. Yeah, it's side one and side two.
Thought it was Disco Inferno.
That was the hit.
That was the hit. But this song, I might like that song a little better. I might like that. The Disco Inferno is a classic. It's hard to.
Lou's going to get a big hit right now. He's going to come
There
out.
we go. Well, Lou needs one.
Last week's winner, by the way.
Was Lou?
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, we forgot. We
That was
forgot
so-
already.
I know, really.
Here we go. From The Sound of Philadelphia.
Cool.
The Sound of Philadelphia. OJ's.
Oh.
People keep telling me, and for the love of money, Lou takes the
Nice.
lead.
Money.
Bow.
All right, let me go with the second one. Lou, you don't have your 45s yet, right?
I don't know where the fuck they are.
Couldn't have just said I don't know where they are. You have to emphasize the fuck.
Hey,
Where
we
the
don't-
fuck
Because
they
I'm
are.
frustrated.
That's a little.
Frustrated.
We had some complaints from listeners, Lou. We decided to drop the F-bomb tonight.
Oh, really?
But you could say damn.
Oh, is this like an old 70s sitcom?
Yeah.
3 hells and 2 dams?
Son of a biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big Ed Todd the Wet Sprocket just messaging. This is going to be a really, really, really long drive with Scott T singing. Well, yeah, listen, this is an episode where I might have a lot to sing. Here we go.
boy.
Here we go. Pull me out a good one. Come on. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. There you go. Andy Gibb.
Cool.
Andy Gibb.
Nice.
I just want to be your everything. It was a hit.
I was a hit.
It was a hit. It was a hit. So
Okay.
I got
Put you in second.
I got Rare Earth and Andy Gibb. Oh. All right, here we go.
Time for me to jump into second.
Mark, what do we got for Mark here? From Warner Reprise.
Ooh.
No, actually, I think that's the wrong. Is it? Yeah. I think it's Warner. Yep. It's Warner, please. Let's see.
Warner, please.
The Doobie Brothers.
Ooh.
No, the Doobie Brothers. Take Me in Your Arms. And
Rock Me.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Slack Key Soakwool Rag.
I like that better.
Yeah, Take Me in Your Arms and Rock Me. That was the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah.
Them covering. It's a cover.
They covered it. Oh, that's a shit song right there.
I liked it.
Sorry. Well, I'm sorry, Mark. They're doing the cover of a shit song.
Take me in your arms.
Yeah, right. Why don't the Doobies do that?
That was
It's
a
so
hit.
out of their box. The original was a hit, right?
Yeah, both were. I don't know who did.
All
I
right,
forgot who
all right,
did it.
Lou. I'm going to ask you. You got it. Michael McDonald doing "Take Me in Your Arms." Go.
Take me in your arms, rock me a little more.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad.
What's
Actually,
better is the shape of your mouth.
It was sung by Tom Johnson, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Either way, but doesn't everybody equate Michael McDonald with the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah,
Like
they do.
every song,
Mhm.
they think Michael McDonald, but he's really right. He's not.
He came in after 4 albums. He
Yeah.
didn't come on until
I think that's the album he came in on, maybe.
You're My Brother. That album. Taking It to the Streets.
Okay.
Ah.
You don't know me,
Yeah.
but I'm your brother.
All right. I know you're going to get a shitty fucking thing right now. This is Mark, right? Is this Mark?
No, it's me.
No,
This is Lou.
yeah.
All right, good. Here we go. From Chelsea Records. Chelsea Records. That's a pretty funky. You see that?
Yeah.
Very colorful.
Looks like
Ooh,
a
look at my
bubble.
face right in the middle of it. Let's move it on.
Looks like a bubblegum hit.
Chelsea got their asses handed to them today.
Good.
It's like the Archies or something.
Well, let's see. Oh. Disco-Tex in the Sex
Yes.
Olets.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to dance with Chew, or I want to dance with Chew.
Double A side.
It's a double A
It
side.
wasn't even the big hit.
I got to think I'm winning at this point. Am I wrong in saying that? Andy Gibb and Rare Earth is hurting me. But
Yeah, I got
Mark
two
has,
semi hits here.
Actually,
Mark has the Trammps and a fucking
Brothers.
Doobie Brothers remake of a shitty song.
we each
But it
have
was
one hit. We
And
each have
Lou
one hit.
has OJ's but Disco-Tex. Maybe Lou's in the lead. I think the OJ's For the Love of Money.
Yeah,
is
that was a
holding.
big one.
Yeah, that's holding him strong. That's a. All right, Mark, you got the flop card here. Come on.
All right.
This is
All
a
right.
tough one.
This is mine, all mine. Come on, this is my win.
Scott, I am
This is
picking
my
for you.
win. Bring it.
Press Records.
Oh,
The Fortunes.
oh.
Fortunes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Here It Comes Again and Things I Should Have Known.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, keep waiting,
What's
Lou.
it-
I'm still waiting, Lou.
What was the first song, Mark?
Here It Comes Again.
Is that? No, I can't think of it. I was thinking that. No, here comes that rainy day feeling again. That's not that.
Yeah. All right, Lou.
Fortunes.
All right.
This might be the worst set of 45s to date.
It's pretty bad.
This is pretty bad.
All
This is
right.
pretty bad. When the OJ's is the best song on the list.
That's a good song though.
It is,
Okay.
but
That's good.
This may have
better
made
than
it
Andy
back
Gibb.
in. I think I may have picked this already. If it is, I'll repick. But it's Elektra Records. The Doors. Touch Me.
Damn.
well, that is a
Did I
Did you-
pick that already?
well that was a couple of weeks ago though. I think.
right, so
Wasn't it, Lou?
Do a redo.
Yeah.
Redo. I forgot to put it in the back. Okay, here we go.
Doesn't matter to me. I'm out. I'm done. But
Oh, it's a 45 with, and I'm just going to show it, The Temptations, Ball of Confusion. So Lou got Temptation. Let me make sure that's what's inside.
Wait, isn't that yours?
No, I redid you because
yeah, we redid you. The Doors was a. It was
I thought Mark had his third song though. He didn't do it. It went Scott, Mark, then Lou. So this should be Mark.
so that's yours, Mark.
oh, okay, all right.
You got
Yeah,
both.
see, what would we do without Lou?
I know.
You know,
So you got ball of confusion.
honesty counts.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
This better be a good one, Mark.
Lou's in the lead with one song. Only
Sunday,
one song.
you will suffer Sunday. I swear to you.
You're gonna know this one.
Huh?
I'm not scared of you anymore. You're the
Oh,
joy.
boy. All right.
You can count to 4. ABC Dunhill Records, The Grassroots, Midnight Confessions.
Yes.
Backed with Who Will You Be Tomorrow? I know that song too.
I guess Lou wins.
Yeah.
I got to say Lou wins.
2.
Well, Mark, you had what? You had a Ball of Confusion, a shitty Doobie Brothers remake, and you had the Trammps though, right?
Yeah.
I don't know that song. Wait.
Down at the disco, that's
Okay.
where the happy people go.
Yeah.
And what was your other one? Ball of Confusion? I don't know. Mark might have won this one.
Well, so he's got the Trammps, Take Me in Your Arms. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Because Lou
Then
had.
he's got the Doobie Brothers, Take Me in Your Arms,
Yeah.
and then he ends
Yeah.
up with what was the last one?
well, I got Disco-Tex in the sex. So that was with Come Down. I want to dance with you.
I don't know, Lou. You had Disco
Oh, Lou
Tex.
got Midnight Confessions.
Well,
And you had the OJs for the love of money.
I've got 2 good songs. And Mark, you got 3. I mean, the Trammps song. I'm not sure I know it, but I'll
Yeah, it was a hit.
I'll
It
go
was
for it.
it was their second biggest hit. It was a radio.
Take
Mark
Me
wins.
Up.
I got to give it to Mark. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What a shitty hand that was. That's like one of those when you play in poker and like the winning hand is fucking pair of 6s.
I could have caused a scandal by accepting both the confusion.
Yeah, it would have been scandalous. Oh, this shit's all falling all over the place now. All right, get
Yours
that
too.
out of here. Get that out of here. All right, you know what? I since we're in the competitive mode, I'm going to jump right into you make the call.
All right.
Cool.
Yeah.
You make the call.
You make-
Let's jump right. Then we're going to do Where Are They Now? Then we'll do Where Are They Now?
Okay.
You make the call is always fun. This is you make the call. 70s, some 70s cheese mixed with some 70s gold. 10-song playlist. Okay. So it's not like which is the cheesiest. It's basically which song would you put on your playlist? Desert Island, 10-song, cheese versus gold. Like, you know, it's a mix. So
Okay.
here we go. You make the call. All right. Start right off with, we'll start with Lou. Lou,
Okay.
you make the call. The Carpenters, Close to You. And just like me,
Classic.
they long to be. I'm singing this to Big Head Todd, the West probably. Close to you. Well, on the day that you were born, the angels got together and decided to create a dream come true. So
Blow over
they
my
sprinkle gold in your hair. Yeah, I can keep going. All right. Close to You or Bread, Make It With You.
Ooh.
Lou.
Ooh.
Bread.
Bread.
That's right.
Fucking razor blades.
There you go.
Mark, Close to You by the Carpenters or Make It With You.
I love Bread better as an artist, but I gotta go with Close to You. That's a classic.
Bread, like I said, makes me want to fucking slit my wrists
If you just really reached out for the other side, Scott, you would change your mind.
with two razor blades.
I might be
Two.
climbing on rainbows.
Two razor blades side by side.
Like a double edge, like a shit.
Well, with these
Dual
arms,
track.
I need two. It's hard to cut through this rhino skin.
Find the vein.
It's like rhino skin. I've bent needles with them trying to take blood.
Doing.
I have to go with the Carpenters. I just think it is a better song, anyways. I think it's a better song.
I got that 45.
Yeah. And there are no wrong answers here, but
Yeah.
the Carpenters win this round.
I had my
Carpenters
reasons for
win the
choosing
round.
bread. I had my reason.
All right. Okay. Lou, you make the call. Maggie May or, now remember, Desert Island, 10-song playlist, 70s gold, 70s cheese. Maggie May or You're So Vain?
Shoot me. Can I borrow one of those razor blades?
They broke.
I reluctantly,
Oh.
and under duress, say Maggie May.
I love the fact that I made Lou squirm on two in a row. Like he's a hard egg to crack.
It's hard to make bread. No, I like bread. I mean,
Lou is usually very firm in his responses.
Had a day.
I had a day.
Yeah, Maggie May. Did you know? Ever hear the real intro to Maggie May? The whole intro.
Yeah.
It's got the classical guitar. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
We heard it. My son. I heard that yesterday, last night, and I said, "Listen to this." I said, "What are the intro?" And he goes, "Huh."
Yeah. The one you don't hear on the radio. We hear the radio edit.
Right.
You don't hear the long cut.
I never liked You're So Vain. It didn't.
Mark,
never worked.
Maggie May or You're So Vain?
I enthusiastically go with Maggie May because I love all that early Rod Stewart. That whole album, Every Picture Tells a Story. And I never got tired of Maggie May. Great lyrics. Great lyrics.
But if a song was Egg Salad, that would be Egg Salad to me right now.
So it's sulfuric Maggie May.
This one, I put it together and it was tough for me. Because You're So Vain, I never get sick of that song either.
Yeah.
I do.
I never get, really?
I never cared for it too much.
Ah, okay.
No,
Even though she doesn't belong in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but you know.
No, that's one of her better songs, though. It's not a bad song. It never had a feel for that particular sound. I don't know.
All right. I guess I'll go with. This is a tough one. I'll go with Lou. Reluctantly, Maggie May. Don't you?
Don't.
Don't you?
It does
Gotta
have
go with Jagger in the background. That's what I was thinking too, because I always key in on that, and this is a tough one. But if I was on a desert island, wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. Reluctantly, Maggie May.
I really should be back at school because you robbed the cradle with me, Maggie.
Yeah. Okay, here you go. Lou. You make the call. Desert Island, 10-song playlist, 70s cheese, 70s gold. The Joker by Steve Miller, or Bachman-Turner Overdrive, You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. The Joker or Ain't Seen Nothing Yet.
I don't want to be on a desert island in here. Maurice, so I will go with BTO.
Wow.
I don't want to be on a desert island in here of all the things to say. Maurice. Wow.
It'll make me feel lonelier.
Maybe you get a coconut and name it Maurice.
Exactly. That'll make me. I will leave Maurice behind on the island now.
All right. Mark, The Joker or Ain't Seen Nothing Yet?
You know, I've talked to Perry so many times about Steve Miller, and we agree some of that stuff in the 70s Steve Miller did was so schmaltzy, and The Joker has to be the schmaltz. That has got to be one of the worst songs. I didn't like it when I was a kid. So, yeah, you know who I'm going with.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. I think we got a clean sweep. I think Steve Miller was a little overrated. He's really good for his time. He had some good hits. He had some good solid music.
Yeah.
I saw him actually back up Journey. And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Steve Miller's greatest hits. It's an okay greatest hits.
Yeah. Sure.
He's in the Rock Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah.
I don't. That was a.
He also told them to go f themselves.
Yeah, they were right. He's right in doing that. Yeah, because he. I don't think he belongs. Well, this is an age old. I'm gonna have to go with You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. You know,
BTO.
Because I'd rather hear baby than Maurice.
You know.
All right,
Here's
Lou.
something. Here's something.
Here's some. That might get old on a desert island. It might fucking get old.
Right,
Can you imagine if your record skipped? That would drive me crazy. Here's something.
Yeah.
Here's something.
Okay, Lou. The Doobie Brothers, Blackwater. Now think about this one. Or Labelle, Lady Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade. Yeah.
Get you, yeah.
I love the drums on that song. And it was written by Bob Crew, the little guy produced the Four Seasons.
Ah.
Yep.
So Blackwater
Yeah.
or Lady Marmalade.
Lady Marmalade.
That is such a good fucking song.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Blackwater. I mean, I never knew that was a Doobies. That was one of our trivia questions on Music Relish about what year it was a number one.
It was a number one. That was 76, 75,
Yeah,
75.
maybe.
Started life as a B-side too.
As a B-side.
All right, Mark.
Oh,
Blackwater or Lady Marmalade?
I love Lady Marmalade, but Blackwater. It's part of my youth haunting. I love it. So I'm going with Blackwater. No need to think.
Oh, okay.
And I don't think much, so it was
Good.
easy for me.
They're both unique songs, and
Yes.
they're really standalone songs.
Yeah.
I mean,
In both groups' catalog, right? These are standout songs.
Blackwater has a complex vocal arrangement.
Very complex.
It goes
vocal
acapella.
arrangement. Yeah,
and-
it has a lot of good mixing in there too.
Oh yeah,
I'd like
Ted
to hear
Templeman.
some funky dick.
Yeah.
And Clinton's John's talk, or who is it that mixed it? Ted Templeman
Ted
talks
Templeman.
about fading it out for that, and then
But
fading.
Lady Marmalade has more energy. It's
Sure.
an energetic song, like
Voulez-vous
right from the
coucher
start.
avec
The
moi?
beat,
Yeah.
their voices. I mean,
The horns.
the story. They tell
Yeah.
like it's a story, right?
Yeah.
And
Doing
Patti
that.
LaBelle is just like she's at her funkiest. I would have to say Lady Marmalade. I just think if I'm
tough
on a
one.
desert island, I'm going to need that energy.
Exactly. Yeah, you do.
You know.
There's
although there's
a
no
lot of
wrong
black water
answers.
around you. You know, I don't think I want any water songs.
Like we always say, no wrong answers here.
Yeah.
It's your playlist. All right, Lou. Number 5. Number 6. No, this is number 5. Number 6. You make the call. Ohio Players Edition. All right.
Okay.
You make the call. Love Rollercoaster or Fire? Fire.
Ooh.
I love it.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh shit.
Love Rollercoaster. Love Rollercoaster, child.
Say what?
Say what?
Oh shit.
Or Fire. People look past Ohio Players, man.
Fire.
I loved them. Fire.
Yeah,
You like
yeah.
Fire?
Yeah.
With
Wow,
the
that's
fucking,
good.
they get the
That was
sirens
hard.
at the beginning. They
Yeah.
get the sirens going
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Mm.
Mark?
Like that.
I would have a tougher time deciding, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers killed Love Roller Coaster.
I was just going to use
What?
Good. I'm glad you said it.
So I'm going with
They-
Fire.
Yeah, they fucking destroyed that song. Like they destroy everything. Fucking hacks.
Oh, when you know me,
If there's
you
a band
know
I don't
me,
like
leave
better,
me,
like-
woe me. What was he saying when he
I
did
don't know.
these songs,
Everybody knows how I feel about Green Day. Well, you know what?
Mm.
Fucking the Red Hot Chili Peppers are right behind them. Fuck. Yeah, I got to go with Fire. Yeah.
Clean sweep.
Yeah.
I'm glad I
The
didn't
way
hear
you
the.
think.
I don't know. I don't know that.
Really got
cover
that
version.
thing. All right, here we go. Lou, you make the call. Play that funky music or car wash. Play that funky music,
Play that funky
white
music.
boy.
I'll take that one.
Or at the car wash.
Funky. Play that funky music, white boy.
Play that funky music.
Yeah.
Mark?
For me, at the car wash, that's good times. That's a happy song.
Man, there are some weird people here today.
Yeah. Car wash.
The movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you watched that movie?
1978, I think.
The year it came out. That was it.
So. I did
That
see
was
it. I
Wait,
like
Lou,
it though. Franklin Ajay is in it.
Lou, you saw a movie? I thought you didn't see any movies. Because all we ever hear is I
That
didn't
was
see
the that was the 80s.
Oh, okay.
A little Leslie. I didn't see it. I didn't
Star
see
Wars. I didn't see
it.
Star
I
Wars.
didn't see it.
I pulled that crap at work the other day. I'm like, I said I list all the movies I haven't seen or like leave the building.
I have to go with Dave Phillips, King of the 45s, worked at a car wash.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get the car wash blues like Jim Croce?
I have to go with car wash because I'm fucking sick of playing that funky music.
Yeah.
That's another white person fucking club song. They never play that. Like
Hey, baby. Going to drink. Oh, sorry.
just like Celebration. Black people don't play these songs. These are consummate white people songs. They are.
No, wasn't that song done by white people? Is that the average white
Yeah.
band?
Yeah.
They were Scottish.
Yeah.
Can't get whiter than that.
Were they singing to themselves?
I don't know. I don't know. But so I got to go with car wash on that one. All right. Lou, you make the call. This is what I call cheese. These are both cheese, 70s cheese. They were hits, but to me, they're kind of cheese
Have
at this
some
point.
cheese, rat.
You make the call, Lou. Desert Island, 10-song playlist. 70s gold of a 70s cheese. Babe by Styx. Or Mandy by Barry Manilow.
Go to hell. Oh my
Wait,
god!
didn't Chris
Oh my-
Christopherson sing that song in A Star Is Born? You can go to hell.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the very
Oh,
beginning.
Lou, I didn't see it.
I didn't see it.
That was great when he did that. That was awesome.
See, I know stuff.
With
I'm
that voice.
smart. I'm not stupid like you guys think I'm smart. And I
With
want
that-
respect.
You've got respect.
With that voice. You can go to hell.
Yeah, you can go to hell.
I don't have a coin on me to flip on this.
Babe or Mandy?
Oh,
Would you agree? Cheese, 70s cheese. Would you put it in cheese or no?
Homage to the fromage, my friend. This is we were driving around the car when I was married, and my son was a baby. My stepson was like 8, 10, and Styx comes on, and my ex loved it. I'm like, this is over. And in the back of here, this song sucks. So on that alone, I'm going to go with Barry Manilow.
You gonna go with Mandy? You gonna go with
I'm
Mandy?
going to go with Mandy.
All right. Mark?
As a Styx fan, and it's probably their worst song, and it probably was the seeds of disintegration
far.
of the band, but I got to go with Babe because it was a hit, and I did enjoy it at one time. You'd hear it on Casey Kasem.
Yeah.
Babe, I'm leaving. So
Well-
I'm going with, Babe.
I'd have to say Styx is in my top 10 most hated bands, so I'm definitely not picking Styx. But Mandy's one of those, you're alone in the car and you hear it and
I need you today.
yeah, and you listen to the whole fucking thing.
You really hate Styx if you pick Barry Manilow over Styx.
I don't like Styx. I don't.
I like Renegade, although you said it sounds like Pee Wee Herman.
And I got sick of that too. Like Styx just. Yeah.
Oh, mama.
All right, here you go, Lou. There you go. You make the call. 70s cheese or gold, Desert Island, 10-song playlist. Rich Girl by Hall & Oates. Or The Eagles, New Kid in Town. Rich Girl by Hall & Oates or New Kid in Town, The Eagles.
Eagles, New Kid in Town. You have a habit of calling songs that I hear on my way home from work the night of the show.
See, connectedness, buddy.
You've done this
Me and Mark don't have that connectedness, but me and you do, Lou.
You do. You've done this like 10 times already. Because I keep saying I heard this on the way home from work. It sounds like bullshit, but it's not. It's Glenn Frey is a better singer than people gave credit for because Don Henley was in the band. That's a hard song to sing.
Really?
And it's a great vocal too. But great song.
Mark?
Johnny Come Lately. New Kid in Town. Definitely. I love that song.
All right. Well,
Number
I have
one.
to say that New Kid in Town is probably the gayest Eagles song ever recorded.
Well, where's that synchronicity you two are
There's a
having?
new
You know?
kid in
I did.
town. Everybody's talking. There's a new kid in town. Everybody's. That is the gayest Eagles song ever recorded. Ever.
Maybe it's the
No.
only
I
gay
mean,
song.
Desperado is better than fucking New Kid in Town. And Desperado is a horrible song. Desperado. Trying to be all cowboyish. Shut the fuck up, Don
That's the
Henley.
whole album.
Yeah, but New Kid in Town is the gayest Eagles song ever.
Good song. It's
So I got to go with Rich Girl. Gotta
Rich
go with
Girl's a great song.
Because they say bitch like 7 times in that
It's a
song.
bitch girl.
Yeah. Didn't they drop the N-word, the N-word in that song? I think?
No.
No?
No.
Does
That's
that
Ricky
mean
Lee.
just
That's-
hearing
that's-
things?
That's Ricky Lee Jones.
That's Ricky Lee. That's right. Yeah.
Dropped it twice.
All right, last one. This is a toughie. This one's a toughie. I saved the hardest for last. I think. So Lou, the 10th song in your 10 Desert Island playlist, 10-song Desert Island playlist. All right, you make the call. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Ooh.
Me and Mrs. Jones by what's his name?
Bobby.
Paul.
No,
No,
Paul.
Paul.
Billy Paul.
Billy Paul. Me and Mrs. Jones, or Papa Was a Rolling Stone. Temptations.
Me and Mrs. Jones.
Ooh. This is a tough one.
At the same time in the same cafe.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
I'm just going to go with what I'm more sick of because they are both great songs, but I'm really sick of hearing Me and Mrs. Jones. It's been just overplayed.
Really?
Yeah. I'll go with Papa Was a Rolling Stone. And I like the lyrics of that better.
Ah. It was the 4th of September.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
It's hard to beat, though. Me and Mrs. Jones.
Oh, my
Mrs. Jones,
God,
Mrs. Jones,
that hurt.
Mrs. Jones. We got a thing going on. Next time, at the same time, the same place, the same cafe.
The same cheap hotel room.
That's
It's the same seedy motel
yeah, right.
with a bag of ice.
That is a great song, right?
It is a great song.
And it's great. Like I had my stepdaughter and her friend in the car. We were driving back from Fort Lauderdale after like a lunch or something out on the beach, and has to be the worst thing
I agree, Todd.
And you know, you get the Me and Mrs. Jones, right? And I'm playing, and all of a sudden I know it's coming, and I crank it right as he goes, Man! And we were on the beach, and I had all the windows down. Everybody starts looking, and she about melted in the car. And I'm singing, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Jones. But I have to go with Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
What a rhythm.
Yeah, and it just there's a slow build on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doodle-doo-doo.
So that's it, gentlemen. You make the
Cool.
call.
That
That
was
was
a
a good one.
That was really good.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good.
And we found out what the gayest Eagles song of all time is.
Absolute new kid in town. There's
I'm trying to
a
think of-
new
I'm trying to think of
kid in
another one.
town.
What could be gayer?
I don't know. Because I got this image in my head of all these guys at a gay bar going, "There's a new kid in town.
There is another
Everybody's talking. There's a new kid in town. I don't want to hear it. There's a new kid in town.
song. Yeah, you might be right.
Everybody, yeah."
Well, if you can
Great
put it in
song.
any scenario you want. I mean,
You can put it in any scenario. Why is everybody talking about the new kid in town? It's there. There.
Because
Why?
everybody has that. For 2 weeks, you're the new kid in town. You know?
Yeah. And is there somebody in their bedroom touching them saying, "There's a new kid in town"? Like, is that
Christ. You tell us, Scott. Yeah.
like, is that something? Is that a thing? Like, what man writes a song about the new kid in town? Like a woman
There's like
should
5
write that
co-writers.
song.
There's like
What
5
part
writers.
that came from deep inside you? Those last few statements.
I go dark, buddy. I can go deep and dark.
Let's talk
Dark,
about you, so
dark.
familiar.
I'll
can't
make
remember
you
the name.
uncomfortable, buddy.
Yeah,
I
I know
will make you
that.
uncomfortable.
Great expectations. Everybody's watching.
But what guy writes a song about a new kid in town? Like, come on. Like,
Well,
talk about where
ma-
did that come from?
Maybe he's thinking not like a new kid, like he was a new boy in town, but like maybe he was the top dog, and there's a new top dog. There's a new challenge to this.
Oh, Joe Walsh
gay
just
alpha
joined the band.
male. You got going.
No.
Joe Walsh just came in, so maybe that's what it was about.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. He's all jealous,
Yeah.
envious.
He can play guitar better than
I was the new kid once. It was me. All right, let's get into where are they now? Where are they now? Let's start with you, Mark. What do you got? Where are they now?
So I didn't really look up groups that just disappeared. I looked up artists or singular people.
Me too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
okay. I mean, whatever you got. And Marie Martin says he was new and pretty. Yeah, Jesus.
And he was all dressed in leather.
He was with a leather-studded cap and a leather vest.
And some chaps, because all chaps
Leather-
are assless. There's no pair of chaps that have an ass in them.
Assless leather chap. Hey, wait, wasn't that Rob Halford? Was he the
Pretty
new
much.
kid in town?
I knew that in high school. I think I was the only kid in high school. Like, yeah, he's gay.
And
I knew
figured
it
out
too.
there's something
I knew
up
it
with
too.
him.
Rob's
I
a
saw-
leather daddy.
I saw them on the Defenders of the Faith tour, and I'm looking. I'm like, he's doing he was cool, but he was going like this, and I'm like, yeah, I know it. I can see it.
He should be
But-
singing New Kid in Town.
But you didn't reject the band.
No.
No,
And
no,
you know
no.
what? I heard him on Mark Maron's show talking. That was a great interview because he's telling these stories. Like, I go on stage, I'm the king of metal, and then, well, I won't get into specifics. I'm saying, but-
Kind of want you to know.
and I follow him on Facebook. He loves to put cat videos up, so he puts
Oh,
cat
really?
videos singing metal, cats singing, all that stuff.
All right. Hey,
Living
God
his
bless
life.
him,
He's
man.
enjoying
He,
himself.
he took a huge chance when he did that.
Yep.
And he's a nice guy. He's a general.
He's a nice guy. Yeah. Yeah.
With that giveaway Hall of Fame
Yeah. Yeah.
nod.
All right, Mark, give me where are they now?
Okay, so you remember White Lion? Wait. Remember that song?
I think so.
Or when
I
the
didn't see it.
children cry. Remember that song? They were huge. They
What?
ruled the world
When did they rule the world?
for like 6 months on MTV. They were just big.
They had a 6-month reign.
Yeah, so the guitar player, Vito Bratta, he sounded like Eddie Van Halen to a lot of people. And he was on all the guitar magazines, but they were huge. And his thing was he had auditioned for Ozzy Osbourne along with many other guitarists when it went to Randy Rhoads. But he was from Queens, Vito, and they hit it big and they broke up. And for like the last, I don't know how many years, almost 30 years, you couldn't even Google his name. You would not see what he was doing. He totally dropped out of public view. Turned out that he made money from White Lion, but he moved back. I'm sorry, he's from Staten Island. He moved back and he took care of his father who was sick. And I think now he's taking care of his mother. And it was just like, boom, I have no wanting to be in the music industry anymore. So he just totally stopped playing. So he came up for a couple interviews in the last few years, but he said, I haven't done anything. Didn't even touch his guitar after being a guitar hero. And it's kind of a cool story. Like, good for him. He walked away on his own terms,
I've heard of him. I've heard of
Yeah.
White Line. The titles didn't sound familiar, but so they were. What year was that about?
Wait came out in 90 or maybe actually, it was the hair metal time, so it's probably the early 90s. Yeah, because I bought it on CD, so it couldn't have been the 80s. So it was like the early 90s, but they were huge. And then Mike Trammps, the singer, he had that, all the girls loved him. He had the long blonde hair and everything.
All right, Lou.
Arthur Brown,
Arthur Brown. Yeah.
the god of hellfire,
Yeah.
from the crazy world of Arthur Brown.
Yep.
He had never topped that success of the song Fire. It was that was a big hit. I think it was number one. It was number one in the UK, number two in the US. I knew it was popular. I didn't know it was that popular. That album, it was produced by Kit Lambert, He produced the Who, right? I
Yeah.
think. Yeah. So
Yes.
and actually, Pete Townsend was the associate producer. He was cool. I thought it was a cool song. I think I've heard that. Maybe one other song. I've not heard the album, the Crazy World of Arthur Brown. Cool video. I think Carl Palmer is in the video, but that's not him playing. It's
Right. You told me that.
Yeah. I think the guy, the drummer had a fear of flying. He had aviophobia, so that's how Carl Palmer got the gig. And but he was pretty cool. The guy had a great voice. He had this operatic voice. He was one of like an early shock rockers. Makeup, setting his hair on fire became a thing because it was an accident, and I think he did it in 2007, and he burned another member of the band, caught fire.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. He played the priest in the Tommy in Tommy. I think he had a scene with Eric Clapton, but he was the priest in Tommy. He performed Fire on Solid Gold in 2007. He did it live.
Wow.
Yeah. So although he kind of faded away, he was in a band called Kingdom Come after that. Kind of like a Captain Beefheart eclectic thing. But it looks like he's always played around it, but completely dropped out of view. I saw in the 80s, I got a Rolling Stone magazine, and they had a Where Are You Now thing. And it was him, and he's on some place in Northern California on the back of a deck with all these like power tools. He became a carpenter, started building these elaborate upscale decks for these big houses out there in the redwoods. And but he looked totally crazy. Like this guy's got drills in each hand. He's working on your house, He became a painter, so he got his master's in therapy. So he started a company called Healing Songs Therapy.
Arthur Brown.
Yeah. What he does with a partner. So what he does, whatever patients he has, he writes a song about their emotional, whatever their issue is, whatever they're going through. He writes a song about it for them.
Okay.
Cool. Interesting guy though. But throughout the years, he's reformed aspects of the Crazy World of Arthur Brown, the band Kingdom Come. So he's been in and out there, but he's done some pretty cool profile gigs, but not active. And we actually he did. He put out an album out in I think 2022.
All right.
Called The Long Long Road. Yeah. He was also in 2019. He was a guest vocalist on Carl Palmer's ELP Legacy tour. Evidently, he sang Carnival 9.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yoda, 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 yoda.
Wrong song.
That's how weird. That's Hocus Pocus by Focus.
That's Hocus Pocus. Yeah.
Welcome back, my friends.
That's a funny video to see though.
The band Four Non-Blondes, right?
Saw them open for Aerosmith.
The lead singer Linda Perry, right? One-hit wonders. I got a list of one-hit wonders. Where are they now? So Linda Perry, they had that one big hit, and that's a song I just fucking got sick of that. But oddly enough, she sounded like Jeanette Neapolitano from Concrete Blonde. She sounded just like her, man.
I thought it was the same band, especially
right.
The blonde.
It's amazing. She sounded just like her, and I don't know how they got the hit. And a Concrete Blonde only had like kind of minor hits with Joey and but
and that song "What's Going On," right?
Yeah, and then they do the song "What's Going On," right? So they didn't get really anything after that, right? That was it. But into the 2000s, Linda Perry, she was behind some of the biggest hits of the 2000s, including Pink's "Get the Party Started." That was a big hit. Christina Aguilera's "Beautiful" and Gwen Stefani's "What You Waiting For." So she was also responsible for signing a one-hit wonder, James Blunt, in the 2000s, and she was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah, so good for her. Cha-ching.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
So that's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame song. Are they associated?
The Songwriters Hall of Fame? No, I don't think they're associated. I don't.
They have
think
the same 25-year criteria.
Well,
has it been 25 years since what's
I
going
don't
on?
think it's been 25 for her. I think they might just be like, you hit a certain plateau, and
right,
you start writing hits left and right
for other people. Yeah.
For other people, and you're a songwriter.
Yep. Like Holly Knight and all the people that resurrected Aerosmith's career.
Yeah.
Mark,
I'm going to go with John Deacon of Queen. He was the bass player who just stood there. And if anyone doesn't know Queen, he wrote some of their biggest hits. He wrote Another One Bites the Dust, You're My Best Friend. He was a monster in that band. But after Freddie Mercury died, he only played the Freddie Mercury tribute concert in 92. Then in 93, he helped raise funds for King Edward's Hospital alongside Roger Taylor. And then finally in 97, Queen performed with Elton John to do The Show Must Go On at the opening of the Béjar Ballet in Paris. And then after that, he disappeared. They say you can't even find a Google image, like a picture of him anywhere. He totally disappeared.
All that money just scrubbed me.
Well, they said
Scrubbed me from the internet.
he's got an estimated net worth of well over $100 million because he wrote some of their biggest hits.
Yeah.
And he probably said, scrub me. I
He
don't
was-
want to be bothered.
He was also always a kind of a reluctant rock guy. Like the music business is tough, but they were doing it, and he genuinely loved Freddie Mercury. So I think when Freddie died, he just said, "I'm out. I'm not going to."
Yeah, of course. The band wasn't ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
And
Lou?
what do you do after Queen? He goes a little side.
What do you have
project
to do?
and-
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
He didn't do
You
anything.
do fun gigs. You do
Yeah,
things.
you can do like what Jason Newsted did with Metallica. Like
Yeah.
he made millions with Metallica. He's like, I'm just going to play in these small clubs with a new band and have fun,
Yeah.
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know, and
Nope.
kind of help them along. But so I always wondered how that dynamic goes. You got the multi-millionaire. You got to think Jason Newsted's probably worth 10 million, right? Maybe
Probably more than that.
more. Okay, so we'll estimate 10, 15 million, 20 million, whatever he's worth.
Do they
right?
credit all four members when they write a song?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's
No, I said like if they do, I'm not sure they do, but if they do, yeah.
So he grabs these guys, play guitar, or lady, that play an instrument, likes them, start a band, right? He knows the deal. You're not just gonna light it up like, hey, I'm Jason Newsted, I need to go to number one, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna kind of, and you tour with this guy, and he's like not a worry in the world, and you're the lead guitar player, lead singer, or whatever, and you're like, I'm making gig money.
Yeah.
I wonder how that dynamic works. Like, does he have this? Okay, I'll take care of the transportation,
Yeah. Hotel and
the hotel, and the buses. Maybe because he's not just going to give his money away.
right.
Just to have fun like that, because that's expensive.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does he drop them off at the Motel 6 and then he goes to the fucking
Right.
Ritz?
Yes. Right.
Hey
That-
guys, I'll
that's
meet you
often
at the
the
next
case.
gig. You're going to take the bus. I'm flying. I wonder how those dynamics work.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
who's next, Lou?
Interesting. Bill Berry from REM.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever happened to Bill Berry? So
Well, where is he now?
Where is he now? Well, as of was it 2022? He started a band again in 2022 called The Bad Ends with some local where are they from? Athens and Atlanta, kind of guys that were big in the indie scene but were like unsung heroes. We listened to the album last year, Mark, on Music Relish. A good record, good solid record. It was good to hear Bill on the drums again.
Yeah.
A couple good songs. Not like I said, nothing is gonna compares to REM or any of these other guys at their peak. But it's good to see them, playing and being interesting. But yeah, so after he left REM, he became a hay farmer. He bought some land in Athens early on in their career. He said for like 2,000 an acre, so he bought 60 acres at like 1,000 to 2,000. And so he goes, he was going to make an investment, but that became his thing. So he became like a hay farmer. I think he grew soybeans. He did, some charity work like there. When I lived in Barnersville, it was rumored that on the stretch of road, the county road I lived on, there was a big tract there. It was kind of natural that it was either owned by Bill Berry or Bill Berry and his first wife. So when I first moved there, there was festivals, like little gatherings that they had done at this place. And, the rumor was that Mary Berry was the owner of the property.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes, who knows? He's a good drummer though. Very, very underrated. One of those guys. And Peter Buck said, he goes, there's no other drummer like Bill Berry on earth. He goes, it looks simple, but it's not. I've seen videos. I'm like, I wouldn't expect him to do that. And it doesn't sound like it, but if it's just, and other drummers that took his place in the band said, not as easy as you think what he did, like the little rhythmic things. But yeah, so he just he left the business. He goes, he doesn't vacation. He stays in where he is. He goes, I traveled all over the world. And, I think getting on airplanes was probably one of the reasons when he might have had an aneurysm. I think that was the Killer tour. They all got sick except Peter Buck. That was on the Monster tour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he left after New Adventures in Hi-Fi in '97. but I guess he resurfaced. And this year, I didn't know this, but the actor Michael Shannon and some other musician, Jason Narducci, they formed a band. So they're touring, doing the whole REM Murmur record. So I think they played Athens, and all the guys in REM got up except for Stipe. But Bill Berry played the piano on Perfect Circle, one of the songs he wrote for the band. And so it was good to see Bill back.
All right.
By the way, Lou's Road that he lived on in Bernardsville, when I drove there with Perry, we get off the main highway, and this road just goes on and on. It goes up and up and up. I expected to see the Shining Hotel. We get to his place, it's still paved. I remember that day. He said, okay, go for a walk. Okay, we walk. Literally, what is it, 20 feet after your driveway?
No, it's a quarter mile, and then it's the biggest section of unpaved gravel road in North Carolina. It goes up and down. It's like an intestine. It goes down into Pensacola. I used to jam with a guy who lived up at the base of Mount Mitchell. I'd ride this road. I said, what if I break down here, man? Like, I had a knife and shit, but one day I think it was an armadillo. This creature crossed the road. I said, what the fuck? Well, we're not supposed to say that thing. What was that?
Yes, you can. It's Perry has that rule, but I don't.
Oh, okay. Mark said something. We're banned from the F word.
No,
You say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah. Anyway, interesting stretch of road. Spooky as hell, though.
We were walking and we looked down this hole or whatever, and Lou goes, by the way, they found a body down there. Remember? I was like, oh, it's like, wow.
So John, my buddy John Cash, 25 years of my life is still, and lyrics. Are those lyrics?
25 years of my life is still Mandy. Is it Mandy? I could hear 25 years and my life is still. Oh, man.
It sounds familiar. But I don't know. So before Gorillaz, who was the most successful fictional band ever?
Archies.
The Archies. Yep. And they probably minded the least of like every one-hit wonder band in the world. Like they didn't give a shit. They were like, hey, I'll take it. Yeah. So that came out in 1969. But after that, after the Archies kind of, moved on, the fictional band, they still go today. 4 Non-Blondes. 25 years of my life is still. That's what it is. That's the first line. There you go. I stopped listening to that song 8 years ago. I don't ever want to hear it again. So they went on, but it still lives on in the comic books.
Yeah.
And CW had that show Riverside, right?
Yeah.
Or Riverdale.
That's right.
So they continued to have careers in music after that, where Ron Dante became Barry Manilow's record producer. Cha-ching.
Wow.
Jeff Barry wrote some of the most iconic songs of all time, like River Deep, Mountain High, The Do Ron Ron, and Christmas, Baby Please Come Home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cha-ching.
So
do you think like every November the money just starts rolling in?
Yeah.
Right? Just rolling in. Every version of that song he gets paid for.
He wrote with his wife Ellie Greenwich.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, they were Brill Building. So he's one of those guys. And
Tony Wine sang backing vocals on Willie Nelson's Always on My Mind.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So the Archies did pretty good for themselves as studio musicians.
Right.
But each one of them, well, I don't know about Tony Wine. He sang on one song, but backing vocals. But the other two, cha-ching, motherfucker.
And I still say Sugar Sugar is one of the best songs ever written.
It's one of the greatest one-hit wonders.
They didn't make a penny off it, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, Mark.
Agnetha Faltskog.
Oh, Jesus.
The blonde from ABBA.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So when they broke up, or she went on hiatus or whatever, she did a couple solo albums, but she totally disappeared. And there's a lot of ABBA fans around the world that follow.
Oh, yeah. That's
2 guys. They did Chess, and I remember knowing people, Chess, the greatest album ever written. I'm like, all right. But I think she had a falling out with ABBA because, they had a revival with Mamma Mia. So they did an appearance with the cast of Mamma Mia, but she appeared on a balcony with the cast, but she was never with the band.
Yeah.
Kind of strange, you know?
Well, you get sick of them motherfuckers. That's, I'm sure, what she was thinking.
Yeah.
It's like Frankie Goes to Hollywood just did they played one song recently. I think we talked about this a couple weeks back. They played at a festival, right? And they came out and they did Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. And they were great. They were, you can watch the video on YouTube. They were great. Holly Johnson still looks good, still sounds good, still, you know, they were spot on, but they could not wait to get the fuck off the stage. They only sang one song, and everybody was kind of like, some people loved it, like you got to at least see that.
Yeah.
Could you
And it's
see
a great
that
song to see because it's it's like a 9-minute song.
Could you see they weren't into it though?
No, they didn't show any hostility. Nope, they did their thing, and I don't. There's one song, so how much can you really interact with somebody on stage?
Yeah.
Well, how much preparation did they have to do that one
Well,
song?
they did
you
it.
know?
You have to have preparation. Yeah.
So
Yeah. But I'm sure she felt the same way with ABBA.
Like, you know what she did? Turns out that she had a fear of flying. So she just settled in a small
That's right,
town
and
in
never left.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she said that she focuses on astrology, yoga, and horseback riding.
Yeah.
she has
Okay.
aviophobia.
Yeah. That's it. You know, people who fly a lot, some of them get it because I know people, if you fly constantly, chances are something bad.
Law of averages.
One of the reasons why Gene Clark left the Birds.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Did not want to fly.
I'll tell you, you want to work a job that's a law of averages, do what I did. Work a fucking bomb dog.
Yeah.
I got calls. It was not a boring job. I was in Southern California, and I did Secret Service support for the president
Yeah.
and vice president and foreign dignitaries. When you're a bomb dog, that is a fucking law of averages job.
I'm thinking of the Bugs Bunny cartoon where he's testing missiles or nuclear bombs. Remember? Ding,
yeah.
ding, ding, ding. No good. Ding,
One's
ding,
gonna go
ding. No good.
Lou?
It's an obvious one, but I found out some cool stuff. Pete Best, the drummer that was sacked from the Beatles, the whole story, he claimed to, didn't deserve it, all this other stuff. And, he did little bands, nothing failure. He became a civil service guy. He became someone who trained workers, like I guess they're big regional unemployment offices. He became a trainer. So he had a civil service job. But I found out he always defending his abilities and this and that. And we got busted on Music Relish for a version of Love Me Do that showed he had some serious tempo problems. But in the early 60s, a lot of drummers that were your live drummer did not go into the studio. But he definitely could not go. I mean, they did that, but it was bad. But so when the Beatles did the anthology series, was that 95, maybe 95, 96?
Yeah.
They used 10 Pete Best songs that he played on. And McCartney claims to have called him and said, look, you're on these 10 songs, but these songs have to be righted. And I think what he meant with that, maybe they somehow managed to manipulate the tempo so it wasn't so shitty. Because if you think about it, I mean, the quality of their demos are great, the Beatles demos. Yeah. Why would they throw something on with Pete Best? It would be embarrassing, really, I think, to him.
Yeah.
So he got between 10 and 15 million pounds for that. So he made some money off that in the 90s. And but I didn't realize that he had a suicide attempt in the 60s, the whole Beatle thing. His mother and brother found him and stopped him. It was so when you think about it, I said, yeah, it's a sympathetic thing. He was not up to it. He was not up to that gig. He could not have been the drummer on the Sgt. Pepper record. But his complaining aside, I felt a little more sympathy because of that. That's a pretty crushing blow. I mean, him having to live with that through the 60s, and but he was compensated for it. But he claims McCartney didn't call him about the anthology series. That maybe one of the Beatle managers did, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you never, with rock stars, you never know who's telling the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Publicists.
Well, he claims too, the Beatles actually, what's his name? Brian Epstein was the guy that told Pete he was out of the band. Wasn't the guys themselves, but
yeah. Bobby Boris Pickett.
Oh, yeah.
Of Monster Mash fame. Right?
Wow.
If that's not a master class at making a career out of one hit, he was the king of just milking a one hit.
Oh yeah,
because it was built in for him. It was built in every single year around Halloween.
Yeah,
you're going to be asked to do something somewhere. No doubt about it. And your song is going to get played, not so much today as it did back in the 70s, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the 80s.
Mhm.
But his song, that song, Monster Mash, charted 3 times in his lifetime. 3 times.
I
right?
hope he got money out of it, not some producer.
Oh, yeah. And then, he was always in demand to perform the song. He had spin-offs like Monsters Holiday and Monster Rap, right?
It was
Monsters
It
Rap.
was like the twist. It was kind of like one of
Yeah,
those.
really.
He did it all the way up to 2006, and it made it right up to he died in April. So it charted in 2006, and he died in April of 2007. It's 69. It's only 69.
Wow.
Oddly enough, he once his car broke down in a town called Frankenstein.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein, yeah. But how ironic.
Really.
Like Alanis Morissette would say, isn't it ironic? Don't you think? No,
It's ironic.
That song is just full of not irony, bad fucking luck.
Is it
There's
ironic?
no irony in that song. I don't care what anybody says. You can
Isn't
break
it?
each scenario down. There's no fucking irony.
It's moronic.
Yeah, you buy the fucking lottery ticket, then you get in a fucking plane crash. That's not ironic.
Shit.
And the guy's afraid to fly, and he gets on the plane. That's bad fucking luck. So that song is way out of whack. All right, Mark.
Hold on.
I don't want to.
Caught me in mid pour. Danny Kerwin from Fleetwood Mac. He was part of them when they had.
Okay. This is before Stevie Nicks.
But he almost made it to the Bob Welch era, that was the precursor to their pop. The Bob Welch era was really good, underestimated by many. One of the last times with the band, he famously he had a temper in the dressing room, smashed his Les Paul, and refused to go on stage, which is, you don't do that to your band, So they kicked him out. They fired him. He did a couple solo albums in the 70s. He was living with mental illness as a result. Many guys in Fleetwood Mac had issues when they took LSD and had bad trips. It happened to Peter Green. It happened to the other guitar player. So something was going on. By the 80s, he was homeless, and he was living just hand to mouth. And in 1980, when Fleetwood Mac played London, Mick Fleetwood found out that he was sleeping on a park bench, and he felt horrible about it. And I think he wanted to help him, but they lost track of him again. In 1993, Mick Fleetwood he contacted the Missing Persons Bureau in London. And he tracked him down, and he was living in the St. Mungo's Community Hostel, and all his belongings were in a little backpack, and that's all he had. And that's how he lived the rest of his life, and till the day he died. He died in the hostel. And he said he never had a home since he left Fleetwood Mac. And Fleetwood Mac, he had money, he had a house. He never wanted to have a house again. That's a sad instance of where are they now, because he just, disappeared.
Yeah.
And there's no real, I think Mick said in his autobiography, he wasn't getting that much royalties from, those old Fleetwood Mac albums.
Yeah.
They weren't big sellers, but, and their big thing, oh, well, that was Peter Green, wherever that went, he wrote that. So, but yeah, sad. And
All right. Lou?
Is that English accent? I'm out. I just had the 3.
I'm out.
I'm out.
Okay.
ooh.
Del Shannon.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait. What do we got
dead.
here? Hold on. Let's see something.
Incoming call.
Yeah. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's try something here. Hold on. Wait, we have something. We have something here. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Wait a minute. Hello?
No.
Hello? Who's this? Hello?
Hello, is this the king of Facebook?
I think you're calling the wrong show.
Oh, I'm very, very sorry.
What do you want?
What's going on, man?
Everybody, it's Jack.
All right.
Hi, everybody. What's
Ah,
going on?
Hey, Jack.
Jack's calling in. Fucking
Where?
wow, big fucking wow. Hey, can you hear the audience going crazy, Jack?
They're just going nuts. I can hear it.
It's just,
I
mean,
can't hear it. I'm driving through a torrential rainstorm right now.
Gee, that's too bad. It's 77 down here in Florida. So sorry.
Well, I left the sunny skies of New Orleans this morning.
Oh, okay. New Orleans, the city that smells like piss.
Vomit.
Isn't it? Wait a minute. I thought that was New York.
No.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa.
Sounds like a sewer.
Only in the summer.
Hey, Jack, I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Give me off the top of your head. Give me a where are they now? Do you know of any artists like that? You know, were big in the day, and then like what they're doing today. Do you ever have those kind of odd facts rolling around in that fucking giant head of yours? Is a big.
Well, I
head.
mean, are you seeking an answer in terms of where they are now?
Yeah, like, you know, what are they doing? Like, you know, I was just talking about Del Shannon, and then, you know, well, that's the topic tonight. Where are they now?
He's dead.
Well, Del Shannon's dead.
Yeah, well, that was gonna. Thanks for ruining the end of my story.
Oh man, I didn't know how it was going.
You
In the
blew
ground.
it. You ruined my story.
I'm sure your story was ruined long before
You're-
I called it.
You're a jerk. You're a jerk. Do you know?
Well, I think my favorite story, and people have probably already seen it on the internet, and I'm sure that you've probably already talked about it. Maybe we talked about it. It was Creed from The Office. Have you told that story?
No, that's a good one though. I think we did talk about that. It comes up. It came up a couple times, but yeah, that's a good one. Tell us.
Creed Batten.
So Creed, that was in The Office. I don't know what he's doing now, but obviously he had a long run as one of the more minor characters in the American version of The Office. But Creed was can't remember if it was the guitar player or the bass player in the Grassroots.
Yeah.
So, they had a couple of hits.
Oh, they did. Yeah.
They were kind of
Quite a few.
kind of popular. And then my understanding is that he had a bad acid trip one night and was just playing his own thing, and he got booted from the band.
Dude, if he's crazy in that show, like the character that he plays has to be part of his personality, because it is one of the greatest characters, I think, in TV history as a sub character, not a main character.
Absolutely Deb's favorite character in The Office.
Oh my God.
He doesn't have a lot of lines. He doesn't have a lot of parts, but every time he's on, he fucking kills.
He steals the scene. He steals every scene he's in. Hands down, stole every scene. So how fucking crazy or how funny was that dude back in the day on acid or smoking weed?
Yeah, he must have been hilarious.
Oh.
So here are a couple of them. Where do you think Terrence Trent D'Arby is these days?
Well, he's got some fucking name like Safrana Sexiana. He changed his name. He lives in England. Even if you look up Wishing Well, it's not. You can't look under Terrence Trent D'Arby. I know he was his own worst enemy.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be like the next
Everything.
big deal. Like, I don't know, but today I think he's still recording, isn't he?
I don't know. I haven't heard of anything that he's put out in decades.
Yeah, I believe he still does record, but he never reached that pinnacle of Wishing Well. He had another hit after that, a minor hit, but then he just went on this weird trip and he changed his name, and it's kind of like what Cat Stevens did. I guess you could say it's
a spiritual thing.
Almost in that same light.
He went on a spiritual journey and changed his name and followed a different path. Hey, if it makes you happy, that's great.
But he did. I believe he did keep recording, but he never reached that again. his arrogance was his downfall. Just
Didn't he
like
say-
yours, Jack.
That's
just
why
like
he changed
yours.
his name.
Didn't he say he was
It's like
more
Jack.
popular than the Beatles or disparaged the
Like
Beatles?
David Bowie or something like that. or
Yeah,
something.
he said he was the next.
His line was his line was his second album. I don't even remember the title. He went out and said that it was better than Sgt. Pepper's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then they compared him to like the next like I forget what artist. He was supposed to really he had a big future, but he just got too cocky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's where he's at. Who else you got?
I
I don't know that artist. I don't know that guy.
Fred Flintstone?
That's Fred Flintstone. Well, he died. He's dead. See, I ruined your story too.
He died in the Paleolithic age, I think.
Big Head Todd DeWitt Sprocket said that Terrence Trentiabi said he was better than Elvis.
Which Elvis?
Taught Elvis from Dred Zeppelin.
He was
68 comeback
he was
Elvis? What's
nowhere-
that Elvis?
he was nowhere as good as any of the Elvises out there. And I loved Terrence Trent. I mean, I'm one of the few idiots that I actually saw him on, I don't know if it was his first tour, but I saw him at the City Club in Boston.
Oh,
And he was
wow,
great.
City Club.
Oh wow.
Jesus. See, while you were watching him, while you were smoking dope, going to concerts, I was overseas carrying a gun
God.
for this country. So that's
No,
that
you were,
for
you
that.
were overseas. You were overseas drinking and
Whatever else I was doing,
whoring
pouring
around,
and fighting, and yeah.
whoring and fighting.
But when I wasn't doing that, I was carrying a gun for this country.
Yeah.
So there, yeah. Hey, Jack, I got to kind of go off topic for a second. You know who just came on the screen?
Wait a minute. Did you ever have to shoot your gun? Like,
No,
in the line of duty?
fortunately, no. Fortunately, no.
all right.
That's
All right.
not.
So
that's
who came on the screen?
Bob Delcourt.
Bobby D. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can still remember Bob Delcourt walking around with a fucking cavalry hat on his head.
Yeah,
Went
yeah.
to high school.
My buddy Bob D wore this like Confederate fucking hat. You know, the brim goes up and it's got the crossed fucking rifles.
Like a Corporal Agarn. You know?
No, Aegon had a regular hat. Like these are the round ones with the
Okay.
little,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like those fucking Civil War.
It was like the
Pony soldier.
yeah, it was like the
right?
Confederate baseball cap.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah. So
I mean, how could I not remember that? You know, I mean, my whole exposure to Bob Delcourt was with that fucking hat.
oh Jesus. Bob's my oldest friend.
And I'm not criticizing him. You know,
No, it was
kinda
funny.
cool.
I forgot all
It's kinda-
about that hat. Yeah.
It's kind of cool, kind of different. I don't remember if it was blue or gray.
Yeah. Probably gray in this case. Bob D's my oldest friend. He was my best friend when we were like 6. Yeah. Me and Bob D.
Good guy.
Yeah, I used to beat him up, then he would chase me with sticks and throw rocks at me. That was our friendship
Well, yeah,
when we were 6.
but that was almost everybody.
But not you, Jack. You escaped that wrath. I think.
No, I was
You escaped it.
I was afraid of you.
All right, so what else? What?
Took me years to realize what a pussy you are.
Hey, right? I at least put on a good front. I put on a good front. Yes. Jack, whatever happened to Devo? Do you know?
Devo they have scattered dates this summer. They're celebrating kind of the end of the road, 50 years of de-evolution. They're still out there doing it. They've lost a couple of members. I think there's 2 of them that I think have passed. But I know that they're playing a few dates. I know they're playing a festival. There's a Cruel World Festival that's happening in California that they're a part of. And the reason I know this is I'm dying to see Devo one more time. But they are not coming anywhere near Boston as far as I know, not yet.
Did you know they were a brothers group?
Yeah,
Two sets
sure.
of brothers. A lot of people didn't know that.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
but
But I think I've shared my favorite Devo, story, where they played Max's Kansas City, and after the show, there's back in the humble days at the beginning of Devo, they had they were touring in a van like many bands did back in the day, and they were sitting in the back of the van, probably getting high or whatever, and somebody popped their head into the driver's side door and said, "Oh no, we are Devo, Devo," and it was John Lennon.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's right. Mark Mothersbaugh.
I think he was at Kent State
Yeah.
when the whole shooting occurred.
So
Him
was
and-
Chrissy Hine. Chrissy Hine's boyfriend got shot.
And Joe Walsh was there too.
Yeah. Chrissy Hine's boyfriend got shot. Yeah.
Wow.
But Mark Mothersbaugh had a pretty good career after Devo. He has over 225 credits as a composer. He did the Rugrats, Crash Bandicoot
The Rugrats,
video
yeah.
games, Dawson's Creek, the Lego Movie, the Royal Tenenbaums.
He hooked up with
Get
that
Life.
director.
Yeah,
The guy that did Batman. What was his name?
Burton.
Tim Burton.
Burton. He hooked up with him for a lot of movies. Yeah.
Danny Elfman.
Oh, wrong
That's
guy.
Danny Elfman, yeah.
Danny Elfman is kind of in that vein. He's done a ton of work. He was the guy from Oingo Boingo.
See that, Mark? Jack just fucking punked you.
Oh, of course.
He
I'm
just
honored to be punked.
fucking- You're such an asshole.
I don't want to be punked by
I'm trying
you.
to
I'll
get-
be
I'm
punked by
trying-
Jack.
Hey Lou, these two fucking pacifists. You can't get them mad.
Pacifist or pacifist aggressive?
Oh yeah. You two should have your own podcast.
So you guys probably don't know this band, but there was a band from, I can't remember if they were from England or they were from Wales, that Deb and I loved their first album. They were called The Laws.
The Laws, yeah.
They were the ones that they did that the
Here
original version
we
of
go. There she goes
Yeah.
again.
I married
Right.
an oxmurderer.
that's very good.
Yeah.
That record, believe it or not, in my opinion, there's a lot of great stuff on there. And after that record, he never wrote another thing. A guy, his name was Lee Mavers, not Lee Majors.
What, the $6 million
Majors.
man wrote songs?
Fall guy.
Yeah.
No. He's the $6 million man. He's not the fall guy.
Lee Mavers, and I think he's like a bricklayer now.
Wait, wasn't he fucking
actually
Gomer Pyle?
occasionally-
Wasn't he Gomer Pyle?
Jim
Was
Neighbors.
he- was
No,
it-
that's Jim Neighbors.
Holy Sergeant Carter.
Oh, I thought Gomer Pyle sang that song. Holy shit.
Gomer Pyle's in Full Metal Jacket.
Well, although Gomer Pyle did have a great voice, Jim
He did.
Neighbors did have a fucking great
Sure
voice.
did.
He had a set of pipes on
He
him.
did.
Oh boy.
That
My,
fucking guy
my
was like
father
an
knocked
opera
him down
singer.
in an airport.
What's that?
My father knocked
There's
him
that
down in an
there's
airport.
that funny scene.
Jesus, Lou.
There's that funny scene in Me, Myself, and Irene where Jim Carrey is sitting with his three African American young boys that were obviously fathered by somebody other than him, and they're watching Gomer Pyle and they're watching him sing. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Lou's got a great story, evidently, because his father knocked over Jim Neighbors in an airport. So, Lou, where the fuck did that come from?
It was an accident. He was turned a corner or something, and I think my stepmother and they're rushing to catch either a cab or a plane. Anyway, it was an accident. My father either backed into him or just it was happened to be a bad timing, and he actually fell on the ground.
He
my
assaulted Jim
He
Neighbors.
assaulted Jim Neighbors. Yeah.
Did
He knew
Rock
who he was.
Husband come to his rescue?
Oh,
Yeah. What was
I
the
think they
sergeant's
split
name?
up by then.
What was the drill sergeant's name?
Sergeant Carter.
Sergeant Carter. That's right.
Anyway, so
That's right.
Sergeant Carter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jim Neighbors was appearing at he was doing a show that night, so my father and stepmother happened to be there. And as he's walking through the crowd, he saw my dad, and he goes, "No."
Hey, Jack, whatever happened to Falco?
Edie Falco was in The Sopranos.
Come on, rock me Amadeus. Whatever happened to Falco?
One hit wonder, probably trying to live off his residuals in Social Security or whatever their form of it is.
In Berlin.
He's
German, wasn't he?
He's dead.
He did die.
Falco's dead. He died in 1998. His car hit a bus in the Dominican Republic. He was quite the booze hound and coke fiend, evidently. That explains it. Yeah.
Don't tell me.
Yeah. Snort a rock me, Amadeus. Snort a rock.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got? What else you got, Jack? You got anything else? Are we
That's
keeping
it,
you
man.
company during the rainstorm?
I'm literally pulling onto my street, so I'm going to hang up in like 2 seconds. I haven't seen my wife all week.
That's too bad. I was hoping. See, just when I thought you were going to stay. Now I'm very disappointed.
We're Deb and I going to play our own little game of where are they now.
I can't believe Jack's leaving. I mean, wait a minute. That's not right. That's not right.
Hilarious.
All right, buddy.
Just
Listen.
super hilarious.
Thanks for the pop in.
Bye, guys.
See you, Jack.
See, Jack.
There you go. Jack did a call in. He can't stay away.
Drove from New Orleans to Boston.
No, he flew and he drove to from Boston to New Hampshire.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Do you got anything, Mark? You got any more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah. Bill Withers.
I could open my window.
This is Alan.
Bill Withers, yeah.
This is Alan Rickman. I want to nominate Bill Withers to Where Are They Now? Bill Withers just didn't do anything for a while. No, he disappeared. He just walked away from the music scene. He didn't like the music business. He hated Columbia Records, but he had some massive hits.
He sure did.
Yeah.
All right.
Even when he got his when he first got signed, he had a pretty good job apparently. So he distrusted the music business. So even it took him a while to say, hey, you can leave your day job, Bill. You know, you're racking up hits. You know, but it was kind of like a unusually smart thing to do. You know, a sensible thing for most musician artists. They'll take go for the brass ring.
Dave Phillips, King of the 45s. It's past his bedtime.
Night, Dave.
Night, Dave.
Past my bedtime too.
Yeah.
Posting those 45s on Facebook.
That's it. Hey, Nina. You know what happened to Nina? 99 lift balloons.
She
With the
sold
hairy
her
armpits?
armpit hair to charity. Wow.
Hey, I would have sniffed her armpits.
Absolutely.
I would have sniffed her armpits.
Don't shave them.
Definitely. I would have brushed her legs too. She was a hottie.
I would have braided those armpits.
I would have sniffed them.
Are you John Cusack? You're like John Cusack.
Hairy legs.
I want to sniff that German girl's hairy armpits.
I want to lick your hairy
what I wanna
armpits.
Even up to today, she's still a pop star over in Germany.
Really?
In European countries. Yeah. She's sold over 25 million records.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
You don't need America to be a success. You know, a lot of people think we know. Like when REM tanked in America, they were still huge international. You're not a failure necessarily.
There's American bands like the Dandy Warhols, very successful in Europe. Tito and Tarantula, very successful in Europe. The Brian Jonestown Massacre, very successful in Europe. There's a lot of bands that leave America and go over there, and they just become a big deal over there, and they make money.
On the pop front, Toto. For years.
Yeah.
I saw him at BB King's where you could fit 200 people in a room. They're playing hockey arenas in Germany, you know?
Yeah.
Edwin Starr. He had a couple hits here, but he went to England and he was huge. He was revered.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Let's see. Right Said Fred.
Jeez.
Right Said Fred. Right?
He's dead. He's dead,
Sexy
right?
for my cat. Too sexy for my cat. My little pussy cat. Yeah.
On the catwalk.
On the catwalk. I do my little dance on the catwalk.
Give someone credit for having a hit, though. You know.
What's that?
Give someone credit for having a hit. It was some.
Hey, listen, and it was a catchy song, novelty song. It was played in the clubs.
Yeah.
I was still going to clubs, and then that shit came on. It was just a fun song.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't take it seriously. I had a friend that hated that fucking song. I was like, You can't take it. It's
Don't
just
take it to
It's a quirky pop hit. It's catchy. It's funny. It's kitschy. It's got it all. It's got it all.
Do you hate the Monster Mash?
No, like
Exactly. Well,
there's a lot of those songs that I just you got to take. You know what it is? It's like going to see a fucking Batman movie. These motherfuckers come out and they criticize it. Like, it's a fucking Batman movie. Like, what are you expecting? The Godfather?
Right.
Like, go to enjoy it. Just listen to the song and enjoy it.
When people start taking an intellectual approach to rock and roll, you know?
Yeah.
Like all those prog bands that Mark likes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't pick on my prog band.
No, I'm kidding. You know that.
Leave it alone, Lou. Don't go there, or I'm
What?
going to massacre you on Sunday. All right?
I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you, pal.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, they still, one of them was he's a presenter, he's a presenter on Gaytime TV in the UK, and he's kind of a big deal in the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the other one, it's just like Hall & Oates. Although no one cares about Oates. I guess no one cares about the other bald guy in Right Said Fred. All right, what do you got, Mark? Give me one more.
I mean, Scott, do
Is
you
his name
remember?
Fred?
Huh?
Was his name Fred?
No.
Do you remember in Boston when
Do you remember
Brett Hull and what's his name Oates, and they put them together and they made
Adam
them
Oates?
Hall & Oates.
Yeah.
Oates. Yeah, that was big.
No, they were on the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, I
Then
thought they
we
were
ended up, yeah, they were on the St. Louis. We ended up getting Adam Oates from the Blues to the Bruins. But when they played in St. Louis, it was
major hockey mistake.
Hull and Oates.
I'm going to get crucified for that one. That's
Yeah,
right.
well.
Brett Hull never played. Damn.
Yeah. Brett Hull.
Let me get that jersey back out. I got
Stay in
two.
your lane.
I got two, but I wanted to give one to you because I feel bad. I thought you would have researched her. Enya. Do you know what she's done, right?
Enya from, I don't.
She basically lives in a castle in Dublin, and she has nobody's with her. She has tons of cats.
Wow.
Wow.
Good for her.
Her recording styles doesn't blend well with record labels. It takes her, it could take her months to do one verse of a song.
Yeah.
But right, that's what she's doing now. She just she can sing in 11 languages. That surprised me.
Yeah, that Oraconal flow, that was a pretty big hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Sail away, sail away, sail away. Boop, boop. Sail
It's like
away.
4 commercials use that. She's making money.
Remember the sounds are almost like those orchestra hits.
Yeah.
It's like massively plucked strings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very ethereal. And that's where her family did it. It's very ethereal.
That castle must smell terrible.
Oh, shit.
I mean,
Did
think about it.
castles ever smell good?
You
They
think
smell
she's
like
changing all those litter boxes herself? Nah.
Yeah. You ever smell bad rice? Do you ever smell white rice that went bad?
no.
Fucking smells
'Cause
like cat piss.
in my
It smells
household-
exactly like cat piss.
In my household, we
pneumonia?
eat rice faster than we can get in. So
I had the rice bowl out one day, like to cook it, right? And I just put the bowl up on the counter, had the rice in it, and I fucking went in the other room and I came back and the cat was in the rice bowl, scratching it,
eating it.
He was burying something.
it smells like piss.
Thought it was a kitty litter.
Brie cheese. When brie cheese goes bad, same thing. It
Smells like fucking. Oh man. What else you got, Mark?
You may or may not know this guy. I know Lou knows him. You remember Wings Over America, that movie, the tour movie? That
Yeah, I
Paul
saw
McCartney
it.
made?
I actually
So
saw it. Yeah,
Remember the drummer? He was kind of stocky. He had the black curly
Joe
hair.
English.
I don't remember it that well. No.
Joe English.
Joe English.
He
lives around here.
he basically lucked out. He got a gig with Paul McCartney. He would have thought he would have stayed in the business, but when he quit the band, he became a born again Christian. He did form the Joe English Band, but then in 1990 he joined the Word of Faith Fellowship. It's a very controversial, insular evangelical Christian community known for the practice of blasting. I don't know what that is, but when one member asked if he could reduce his contributions to the church because he was affected by the recession, the church told him to commit fraud so he could keep donating. No celebrating birthdays or holidays, no Christmas, no Easter, no watching TV or movies, no reading newspapers, no eating at restaurants that play music. Men are not allowed to go outside topless, can't go to university and independently study. and he's still with this group.
Yeah.
And he's still with them, and it's
They're
kind of
basically fucking. What is that? That's Latter-day Saints. Are they the ones that are like the more? They're very.
This is, I think,
No.
extreme.
It's the seven. What is it? Who are the ones that don't celebrate Christmas? Don't celebrate any holidays? Is it the
Seventh Day Adventists celebrate
Red-
Christmas. They celebrate.
No, there's another one.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah.
These people are different. Mark, I went down a wormhole with Joe English a while ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, he's at that place is not too far from here.
Really?
Yeah, it's in North Carolina.
Look him up and say, "Hey, Joe, you want to jam?"
Yeah, you.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah. Go scream in some kids' faces. That's what they do. They scream at you.
That's what blasting is.
I think so.
Okay,
yeah, and it's totally abusive and
wow.
great. He's a really good drummer though.
That fucking builds character.
That's right. Especially when you're in the
fucking
crib.
generation's too soft.
Yeah, you need someone screaming in your crib at you.
Yeah.
As a man who has 3 older sisters, I can say yes. Screaming in my face does build character.
Yeah.
Grew up
Sure.
with that. Not Allison. She never screamed at me.
You know, Mark, I think they've been investigated, but they've not been able to get too far into the.
Nobody talks.
Yeah,
Nobody talks. That's right.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
he's sang a lead on the that Wings album.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Must Do Something About It.
Yep. And he in the movie he sings. They let him sing the song.
Does he really? He
Yeah.
sang in the studio because
No, because in the concert, Paul wanted everybody to, because he didn't want to be known as Paul McCartney's Wings. So
right.
that's when he let everybody do something. Denny Lane did a song, and I remember Joe singing in the movie.
I get a message for this generation, by the way.
Oh, he's on his soapbox. Here we go.
Let me see.
My God! I have had it with this whimpering and whining from you and your generation. It's
Sounds like
time
Hot
to
Lips.
grow a pair and man the fuck up.
That's right. Grow a pair. Time to grow a pair. Man the fuck up. You don't know how to do that. Anyway.
I would never do that to my son, though.
What, blast him?
Nah, never.
Builds
You know why?
character.
You know why? He'd beat the crap out of me. That's why.
He would beat you up. He'd beat you up. All right. Well, you know what? Let's move on to singles. Let's see. Let's see what's the singles charts. I picked 1978. It's my ringtone. It's my
I gotta
ringtone.
go. I gotta take a bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Hold on. That's my ringtone.
What's that? Who is that, by the way?
It's my buddy calling me. Yeah. That's my ringtone. That's from Squid Game. That's the best ringtone ever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I have some pretty good ringtones. This is music. So let me see what I have. Let me see. Sounds, ringtones. These are some of my ringtones. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
That's a good one.
James Brown. Huh? That's a good one, right?
Pump up the volume, pump up the volume, pump up the volume, dance, dance.
Yeah. Let's see. I got a lot of them. Let's see.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
Chris Isaac.
The nighttime ringtone.
Let's see.
6 in the morning, police at my door. Fresh Adidas squeaky across the bathroom floor. Out my back window. Didn't even get it.
What movie?
Probably didn't see it. Don't know.
What movie is that from? You don't
Don't
know?
know.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Saw it once.
Quentin. That was the band in the bar.
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino, right? Let me see. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good mashup.
Relax and take notes while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. Throw you in a choke, gun smoke, gun smoke. Biggie smokes for mayor, the rap slayer, the hooker layer. Motherfuckers say your prayers. Hell bitch in the face, take her Gucci back, and a no face off her back. Chopper if she act funny with the money, oh, you got me mistaken, honey. I don't wanna rape ya, I just want the paper, the visa.
Best Led Zeppelin remix ever.
Good.
Best Zeppelin remix ever. Right there.
Yeah. Have they've been sampled a lot or no?
Oh, they have been. Yeah. Yeah.
They have.
I think so. Yeah. Good one. Let's see what else we got. I got good ringtones. I went on this tear for a while where I had the ability to chop songs and then make them ringtones and then download them into Apple and then upload them into my phone. You can't really do that anymore. They get you on every angle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I want that on my GPS. I want to
eating a pickle.
It's a pickle.
This motherfucker eating a pickle. Are you eating a pickle?
It's a gherkin.
Pickles are good with wine.
It's a pickle. Is that a garlic pickle? A gherkin pickle?
I drink
What
the
kind of
pickle. I drink the pickle juice too.
Oh, Mark Shannon gave me the sleepy guy. You know what? I was waiting for the co-host to come back, Mark Shannon. Don't come on here. Have something positive to say for once.
Yeah, it's all my
Mark
fault.
Shannon is the most negative person. This guy, like, it could be a sunny day and it's cloudy over him. He's like
that,
you know, he looks like
Joe Bitspool, that guy from, remember the comic strip?
No,
even
better.
It's raining on the guy.
He walks around like fucking Bad Luck Schleprock. Remember the fucking Flintstones? The guy with the fucking cloud over his head?
Yeah.
Wherever he goes. Mark Shannon. I love Mark Shannon. That's my buddy. Let's get into the singles charts. Top 10 this week in 1978. Mark Shannon was like 20 then. Yeah.
Disco
in
time.
1978. He was like 21.
I was
22,
9.
Mark
He
Shannon.
was younger than me.
He's like 74 now or something, I think. He looks like he's 80. See, I could do this. He has no response to this. This is live.
Yeah.
So that's the advantage. You don't ever come on a live stream through messaging and try to get into it with the host because you're gonna get crushed.
I learned that lesson.
You're gonna get crushed. All right, number 10 this week in 1978. Jack and Jill by Radio.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know that.
You don't know that one? That was a one-hit wonder.
Yep. No, they hit you can't change that cause you're
That's right. That's right. Radio. And you can't change that.
with Ray Parker Jr.
That's right. Good.
Got sued for Ghostbusters.
Number 9 this week in 1978. Down on Thunder Island.
Jay Ferguson.
Yep. Jay
What
Ferguson.
band? What big great band was Jay Ferguson in before his solo career? One of my favorite bands.
I don't know who.
Spirit.
Spirit. Okay.
I was just playing that album like last weekend. Joe
Yeah,
Walsh
right on.
played on it.
Yeah. Number 8 this week in 1978 when Mark Shannon was like 24. Love is Thicker Than Water, Andy Gibb. See, didn't I just have an Andy Gibb 45?
Yeah.
I should win because of that.
I think it was the debut single you had.
I did. I think I did. I still lost. Doesn't matter. Number 7 this week.
Scott, is that the first time Mark's won? That's the second time.
Second time, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a perennial loser. So, he's eating his pickle.
Don
Williams. Okay.
Uncle Don.
Number 7 this week in 1978. Maybe the greatest violin solo in music history. Any guesses?
Don't hang on.
It's 78.
1978.
Dust in the wind.
A lot of love? No.
Dust in the Wind.
Dust in the wind.
That was 78.
Yeah, that dude died a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did his solo album and he finished it like a.
You know what?
before
The
he
guy
died.
fucking he became a violin legend in music in rock.
Yeah.
With that song.
Also,
And
that was in what movie was that in? Old School? No.
Yeah.
I wonder I wonder what credits he got for that. I wonder if he even got a credit for that.
He got enough credits. He also sang more songs than you realize.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And
Okay.
he had the unassuming kind of mid-range voice, but he sang a lot of their big songs.
All right.
Did that guy, one guy really have one eyeball? The eye patch guy?
Yeah.
Okay, that wasn't
Yeah.
just some shit.
It was a childhood accident. Yeah.
I like how Lou specifies eyeball. Not, you could just say eye.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking.
That guy got one of them. He got one eyeball.
Like the
Is it
hairy
one
eye-
eyeball?
The hairy
Or does he
eyeball.
have two eyeballs and he's wearing the patch because he wants to look cool?
Hey,
That
Lou.
pirate thing.
Lou,
Did
do
he
you drink?
lose an eyeball?
This is
Did he
redundant.
lose the eyeball? How did he lose the eyeball?
Hey, Lou, you want some soda
Eyeball in
pop?
the- eyeball
Want
in the
some soda pop?
pocket.
I
got a
don't
can
put
of-
the soda pop too close. I might lose my eyeball.
Yeah.
I had a hair growing behind my eyeball a couple years ago.
Did it
Here
come
we
from
go.
Nina's underarms?
Here we go.
It would have been worth it. I was working a Whole Foods. I had something in my eye for 3 days. And I'm like, I got to
You
go.
had hair growing on
It was,
your eye.
it was this rare thing where the doctor, he goes, "You've got a hair growing out of a gland behind your eye." It was driving me fucking nuts. So he numb my eye. He just pulled the thing out. But it was
Now,
behind my. It was behind my eyeball though.
Now, Lou, I
Like
got to
off to the
ask you.
side, like right here.
I would have done that for free.
With a pair of tweezers.
The pair of tweezers.
I want to ask you. Remember
hold
that
you down.
episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with the?
Yeah, I did.
You sure it didn't come from that? You know, like you just
How
were.
to get in my eye? You know,
You know,
I dive in.
How-
I always dive head and first at whatever I do.
It would have been hilarious if it was a pubic hair.
Yeah, really.
That's what I was getting at.
The doctor said you got a pubic hair in your eye.
You got some skill.
How did
man.
it get behind your? How did the pubic hair get behind your eyeball?
My eyeball?
How the fuck did that happen?
I'm
You're a
too
talented
sexy for
guy,
my
Lou.
shirt. Too sexy for my shirt.
All right, number 6 this week in 1970. This week in 1978, "Emotion" by Samantha Sang. Number 5 this week on the top 10 of this week in 1978. "If I Can't Have You," Yvonne Elliman. That's
Oh,
a
I
good
love
song.
that song.
That's a good song. Yeah.
She's pretty hot too.
She was.
She was like Hawaiian or something, wasn't she?
Yeah, yeah.
She spent a lot of time with Eric.
Now
Clapton.
she looks like a fucking an old leather bag.
But she looks like David Coverdale.
Her skin looks like a fucking like it came out of the.
She looked like an old toad.
It's been sitting in the outback.
Oh
The
my
leather
God,
bag
this
and
is
sat in the
terrible.
outback for about a month in the
Ridden,
sun.
ridden hard and put away wet. No, it's terrible.
Yeah. Number 3 this week. I'm not a big Eric Clapton fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me stop right here. Let me
I
ask you
opened up a
guys a
can of
serious
worms.
question.
Yeah.
Why? And I've listened pretty much my whole childhood into my adult life. Why is Eric Clapton considered one of the greatest guitar players ever?
Okay.
He's
As a guitar
a fucking
player.
picker. He's a picker and he's a strummer, right?
Yeah.
But why is he considered one of the greatest guitar players?
Because he's part. First of all, you got the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. You got Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck. That's always been considered the 3 biggest guys from England.
The Holy
They
Trinity.
took our American blues and they gave it back to us. Eric Clapton peaked, I think, with Cream. He
Yes,
was
you're right.
massive.
I agree.
And then in the 70s, he just settled into, he was comfortable and he never, ever got that height back. Out of those 3, Jeff Beck blows. I'd say Jeff Beck just never stopped searching. He always had a new sound.
Mhm.
Jimmy Page is Jimmy Page. I love Jimmy Page. But yeah, you're right. I loved Eric Clapton's 70s work to a point, and then I realized a lot of it's really boring. You know?
Slow Hand is a great album, but there's nothing spectacular on that
It's
album
elite.
guitar-wise.
No,
It's like a Steve
solid
Miller
solid
album.
record. But if it wasn't Eric Clapton, would it be considered? Would it be
No,
So
no.
somebody fucking spray paints on a wall, Clapton is God. A photographer gets a picture of it, puts it in a magazine, and it becomes word. It becomes gospel.
Well, he backed it up when he was in Cream. He was incredible.
Yeah,
when he
and
was in
well, I
Cream.
mean, it's amazing how the word of mouth legend starts. Like a ball, that ball rolled down the hill and just gathered a lot of snow.
Like a cult following turns into a full-fledged following.
But I did a whole Cream bonanza about a month or so, and Mark, I agree. His playing was amazing. I mean, that's some amazing guitar playing. I mean, the whole band was amazing. Jack Bruce said the same thing. He goes, "I think that was Eric at his best, really."
Yeah.
But then Derek and the Dominoes, that was just
Oh yeah,
very,
can't
was a
forget
very
that.
important-
That was great stuff.
Oh,
That was an
okay, it's
important
great,
record
but
for
is
the
it?
time, but-
There's other songs that are better than that guitar solo in Layla.
There are. I think that composition alone, it's just the timing of it. I mean,
Yeah.
the scene in Goodfellas kind of makes sense for that song because That's a composition. It's not just a song; it's a composition.
Yeah.
But in the
that's great
70s,
production
album-
too. That's a good producer also.
Tom Dowd, one of the best.
So doesn't the producer put all that together? Now he's probably in the studio with them.
Yeah.
Right. But it's the guitar playing. He's the greatest. Oh, clap!
All right.
God, I'm like
So in the
Yeah.
70s, he put out a live album called Back. EC was here, the one with the naked back of the woman, And I'm listening to it as a kid, and I'm hearing this ripping guitar solo on "Have You Ever Loved a Woman?" Just ripping, and I thought it was Eric Clapton. And I found out that no, he had this guy George Terry doing all the leads, and he was just strumming his Strat because he was drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
So that the 70s to me turned into like Perry and I used to talk about. I'm like, it's kind of like the equivalent of some of the Steve Miller songs, just very too laid back.
I just think he got his reputation and then lived off of it. He was a great guitar player, but one of the greatest.
He did what he wanted to do. He
But
chose.
he lived
to get
off
laid
of
back.
being Eric Clapton. That's my
He
opinion.
got- I don't think he never bought into the myth.
Yeah.
When someone asked him, goes, "What's it like being the world's greatest guitar player?" And he said, "Ask Prince."
Yeah.
Right.
And also,
I think if he hadn't gone pop in the '80s, though, and if he tried to be like a blues purist in the '80s, it would have not been, because he had some big pop albums in the '80s. Of all those guitar players, he's the most chameleon-like one. Page is Page. He can't be any. In fact, there couldn't be anything else but this singular.
I'll give you that, but there's a lot of guitarists that are like that.
Stevie Ray Vaughan was a better guitar player.
Absolutely, yes, he was.
Yeah, but also Clapton's also a very good singer.
True.
But that's another category.
Yeah, but as a guitar player, I know a lot of guitar players. Some people swear by him, but to me, I see a 50-50 split almost. But guys like us are saying, not saying he's not a great guitar player, but the whole, this.
He's written great compositions that people remember. Lay Down Sally, Cocaine. Well, he didn't write Cocaine, but and then the Just One Night album kind of got him back as a guitar player. What I do like about him though is anytime he read an interview like "Your playing on that song was great," he would always make a point to say, "If you like that, go listen to," and you'd point out the blues player that he took the style from.
Yeah.
So I give him that. He was selfless. Jimmy Page, on the other hand, took a lot of credit for stuff that he shouldn't have taken credit for. But that wasn't him. That was his manager, Peter Grant.
Yeah.
Right. Number 3 this week in 1978 in the top 10. And I do like the song, and it is a great picking song. This is a great picking song. Lay Down Sally, Eric Clapton.
Yeah.
I love that little rhythm that he does. Yeah, that's good stuff. It doesn't make him the greatest or one of the greatest, but it's good. I like it.
You know what he modeled that off of? He modeled that off of the sound of Don Williams.
Well,
He
there
was
you go.
really into Don Williams.
So did that.
Yeah.
Right?
And if that guitar solo is really quiet.
Yeah.
Sally.
Number 2 this week in 1978, Staying Alive by the
Great
Bee
song.
Gees.
The first drum loop ever done in the studio.
All right. And number 1 this week on the top 10, in the top 10, or the top 40. Number 1 this week in 1978, back to back, 1 and 2, Night Fever by the Bee Gees.
Good song.
Yeah.
I do like those songs.
Yeah.
2 of the 5 good songs off a 2-record set. It's overrated. All right, let's do the top 10 this week. The album charts. The album charts. Number 10 this week on the album charts in 1978. The Grand Illusion, Styx.
Great song.
Welcome to the Grand Illusion. That one.
Great
right?
lyrics. Great
Yeah.
lyrics.
Number 9 this week, the top 10 album charts. Earth by Jefferson Starship. What's the hits off those songs? Do you know, off that album?
That one, Count on Me. I think it's on that record.
Count on Me.
I think.
Is Miracles on that?
No, that was Red Dragon.
That was Red Dragon. That's right. Yeah.
Red Octopus.
I'm thinking that's the movie Red Dragon.
Red Octopus. Yeah. Red something. Number 8 this week in the album charts of 1978. Running on Empty, Jackson Browne.
Great slide playing.
Number 7 this week on the album charts in 1978. Point of No Return.
How long?
No being KNOW. A little play on words. Let's fuck with the wording.
They're Prague. They can do that.
Yeah.
There's some rock albums on this list.
Yeah. Number 6 this week on the album charts, top 10 album charts of 1978. Weekend in LA by George Benson.
Oh, that's a good album.
There are some good albums here. Number 5 this week on the top 10 album charts of 1978, Asia by Steely Dan. Down, 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 down.
Amazing.
Down, 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 down,
Down,
down,
down, through those chords. Yeah.
down, down.
Oh my God.
That
That was close, guy.
was hey, that's a little
If I
riff.
did
I can
that-
riff a little bit.
If I did that, the hanging lamp downstairs in the living room would start shaking. And Anthony would be like, "Stop it!"
That is a legendary Steve Gadd on drums.
Yeah, yeah. Number 4 this week on the album charts in 1978, The Stranger, Billy Joel. Number 3 this week on the album charts of 1978, Even Now by Barry Manilow. Number 2 this week on the album charts of 1978, Slow Hand, Eric Clapton.
Bum, 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 bum.
You
know what's weird?
By the way, you know who sang backup on that album? Yvonne
Yvonne
Elliman,
Elliman.
who's part of his band.
Von Elliman, yeah.
If I can't have you. Wait, were there any disco records on that list?
Well, let's see. Number 1 this week on the album charts in 1978,
I thought we did it.
Saturday Night Fever.
Oh,
Soundtrack.
All filler, no killer.
Yeah. No, we had top 10 was Jefferson Starship, Jackson Brown, Kansas, George Benson, Steely Dan, Billy Joel, Barry Manilow, Eric Clapton, and then Saturday Night Fever dominates. Yeah.
Wow.
If you go down to 15, you had Rufus and Chaka Khan, Street Player. 14 was Ted Nugent, Double Live Gonzo. 13 was Footloose and Fancy Free, Rod Stewart. Number 12 was News of the World from Queen. Number 11 was Blue Lights in the Basement, Roberta Flack. Yeah.
Okay.
So there was good albums out that year. Rumors was 21, number 21 this week.
In
You're looking
70.
Bob Welch, French Kiss was 22.
Oh, good album.
Warren Zevon, Excitable Boy was number 25.
The new kid in town is excitable.
Let's see. Art Garfunkel, Watermark, 31. That was way too high.
And who cares?
Way too high.
He won the Eurovision.
Yeah.
What lame cover did he do on that one?
It's his face.
I don't know.
Looking right in the camera.
Chic's debut album was number 39. ELO, Out of the Blue, was number 40.
Oh, I love that album.
Yeah. The Outlaws, Bring It Back Alive. Van Halen was number 44 this week in 1970.
Bad for a little old band from LA.
Yeah, Eddie Money's debut album came out. It was number 47 this week in 1978.
That climbed up.
And Gordon Lightfoot finishing out the top 50, Endless Wire. Interesting.
I'm Casey Kasem.
We're moving right along here. All right, this day of music. On this day in 2024, the Swedish entertainment company founded by ABBA's Björn Ulvaeus announced they had acquired the music catalog, including master recordings and publishing rights, and the name and likeness of Kiss for $300 million.
Just read about that.
$300 million.
They got the
the
publishing.
likeness. They sold everything, huh?
They got the.
How
They
about
got
your
the publishing.
soul? How about your soul here?
Well, I think they're in their 70s now. They've done it all. They've had
And they're gonna have
they've got
Avatar
more money
concert.
than that in the bank, right?
And they don't want to go away at all.
No, they really the egomaniacs. Pop House said they plan to use the deal to create a live music show featuring avatars of the members of Kiss, similar to ABBA.
I would
Voyage.
never go to anything like that. Never.
People
ever,
will though.
ever.
Listen, there's
I know.
motherfuckers that go to them creepy ass fucking what are they called? Tribute bands. Oh, fuckers creep me out, man.
Yeah.
These I've seen like tribute bands on YouTube, like like the Smiths, and the guy acts like Morrissey.
Yeah.
Someone runs on stage and he's all, and I'm like, this is fucking creepy. I saw a tribute band on a cruise ship on the Allure, and it was Journey, and the guy came out. He had the fucking tux jacket on with the
shirt,
with the fucking the zebra shirt underneath, and the tight jeans and the Nike sneakers, and the wig like Steve Perry. I was like, this is fucking creepy, man. I don't know how they do it. I don't know, but people who go to that, they'll go to see these You know what? I would probably go see that before I go to a tribute band. Because you're going to have a great sound system, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be a great sound system. It's going to be the real music. And if it's an interesting, whatever they call hologram.
Right. You can throw shit at it and nothing's going to happen.
But I don't want to see a bunch of guys that tour around wearing fucking Beatles wigs every night and fake fucking sideburns.
I saw a Beatles tribute band, and they were good.
They're good, but it's fucking weird.
Until you got close.
Yeah. I saw another cruise ship fucking thing. And the guy, Paul.
He's doing the faces.
Always makes the Paul face.
Want to punch him, right?
Like he's surprised. Like, what?
I'm cute.
Ooh.
Where's the girl?
On this day in 2019, Liam Gallagher's Pretty Green fashion brand was rescued from administration, which I guess is bankruptcy. It was reported they would keep the flagship store in Manchester open, but 11 stores would close. On this day in 2016, it was reported that David Bowie had dominated the UK album charts for the first quarter of 2016. Bowie had the most entries into the chart, with 6 albums in the top 40 after fans sought out his music in the wake of his death in January. On this day in 2013, former Rolling Stones bassist, weirdo Bill Wyman, didn't he marry like a 17-year-old girl or something? 18. Yeah. Well, good for him, I should say. Turned himself into British police after reports emerged suggesting he began a sexual relationship with his second wife, Mandy Smith, when she was 14. There you go. After a brief meeting and a big fat fucking check was cut, I'm sure, the authorities decided not to pursue charges. Because when you have Rolling Stones money, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. He'll sue them all. On this day in 2008, Procol Harum singer Gary Brooker won back full royalty rights to the band's worldwide hit "A Whiter Shade of Pale" at London's Court of Appeal. The decision overturned a 2006 ruling that organist Matthew Fisher was entitled to a 40% portion of the royalties of the 1967 hit after he argued he had written the song's organ melody. The court ruled there was an excessive delay in the claim being made nearly 40 years after the song was recorded.
It's a classical piece. It's based on a classical song.
Well, that's like Born to Be Wild. You know who got John Cage does not have the writing credit for that. You know who has it?
Keyboards?
The fucking keyboard player.
Really?
Because when they wrote the song, Born to Be Wild, nobody fucking wrote down who wrote it. Like they never. So the manager was best friends with the keyboardist, and he said, "We'll just put you on it."
Yeah.
And fucking John Cage lost millions.
Wow.
Millions.
Remember the song Rosie and the Originals, Angel Baby? My angel baby.
Not really.
You've heard it. You've heard it. It's just she was underage when she wrote it, and they let the guitar player get the royalties. She got it back, but like I said, it took 40 years. You've heard this song. John Lennon covered on his rock and roll album.
So they get to keep all that money though that they made on it, right?
Yeah. I guess have to get it all back
because they were legally at that time. It was theirs, right? On this day in 2007, a Swedish couple ran into trouble with authorities after trying to name their baby Metallica. Michael and Carolina Tamaro went to court with the country's national tax authority about naming their daughter after the rock band. The 6-month-old had been baptized Metallica, but tax officials said the name was inappropriate. Under Swedish law, both first names and surnames need to win the approval of authorities.
Wow.
Before they can, what the fuck?
I'm surprised Lars Ulrich didn't sue it.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can't name your baby Metallica. That's our name.
On this day in 2003, 50 Cent became the best-selling artist in the U.S. so far this year when his latest album, Get Rich or Die Trying, sold more than 40 million copies in 2 months. He was on fire then.
And let's say it like Brian Gumbel. 50 Cent.
Yeah. On this day in 1999, the Corrs album, Talk on Corners, went to #1 in the UK album chart for the 10th time. They also had the #2 position with Forgiven. On When I saw U2 do their Elevation tour, PJ Harvey was supposed to back them up, and she couldn't make it. I get the fucking cores.
They're like they're like the Partridge Family of Irish music. They were just total glass pop.
Yeah. On this day in 1987, Starship started a 2-week run at number 1 in the U.S. singles charts with Nothing's Gonna Stop Us. What movie was it in?
Mannequin.
Mannequin, very good. On this day in 1987, U2 entered the U.S. album charts at number 7 with their 5th solo studio album, The Joshua Tree, making it the highest chart new entry in America for 7 years.
And many of us are sick to death of it.
3 weeks later, it reached number 1, becoming the group's first album to top the charts in the U.S. The Joshua Tree is now one of the world's best-selling albums, over 25 million copies sold.
Deservedly.
With or without you, if that song wasn't on that album, it wouldn't have made it to where it made it to. That was the launch. That song was their launching pad.
I still say when MTV premiered that video, and I saw the opens up, you see Bono with the guitar in his hand, like his arm out. He was channeling Bruce. I still say it. He was trying to be Bruce Springsteen.
Had the leather vest on. Cowboy hat. Yeah.
I was very disappointed when I first saw that.
On this day in 1982, Layla was on the UK singles chart. The re-released track originally featured on Derek and the Dominoes album Layla and other assorted love songs from 1970, inspired by Clapton's then unrequited love for Patty Boyd, blah, blah, blah.
I love you, Patty.
Layla is considered one of rock music's definitive love songs.
Mm-hmm.
On this day in 1976, Sex Pistols played the first night of a residency at the El Paradiso Club in Soho, London. On this day in 1970, Brinsley Schwartz Promotion Company sent 133 UK journalists by plane to New York to see the band supporting Van Morrison at the Fillmore East at the cost of $204,000. The event turned into a disaster. The group planned to leave a few days before the show to rehearse, but were denied visas on a technicality. They were finally given visas on the morning of the show and arrived hours before the concert. The plane carrying the journalists developed a mechanical fault, delaying the flight. And when the journalists arrived in New York 18 hours later, they were all hungover.
Wait, the Sex Pistols supported? No.
Brinsley Schwartz's promotion company sent the plane to New York to see the band.
Oh.
Yeah.
See the band supporting Van Morrison at the Fillmore East.
Supported Van Morrison?
No.
It doesn't say the band like capital T, capital B.
No, I meant Sex Pistols.
No, the band Brinsley Schwartz.
Oh.
That's the name. They're an English pub band.
Brinsley Schwartz.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. I don't write the shit. I just read it.
That guitar player is the guitar player on the Pretenders, Middle of the Road, I think.
Oh, yeah.
He did a guest spot, yeah.
On this day in 1970, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young went to number 1 in the U.S. album charts with Deja Vu. The first album, which saw Neil Young joining Crosby, Stills, and Nash, featured 3 U.S. top 40 singles, Teach Your Children, Our House, and Woodstock. On this day in 1967, the Jimi Hendrix Experience, the Walker Brothers, Engelbert Humperdinck, and Cat Stevens played 2 shows at the Bournemouth Winter Gardens in England. The Jimi Hendrix Experience were also the special guests on the first edition of UK BBC TV D Time, along with Kiki D and Cat Stevens.
Dick Time.
Don't go breaking my heart.
Kiki D.
On this day in 1964, the Beatles held the top 5 places on the U.S. singles charts. With Please Please Me at number 5. Number 4 was Want to Hold Your Hand. Number 3, Roll Over Beethoven. Number 2, Love Me Do. And number 1, Can't Buy Me Love. They also had another 9 singles on the charts, bringing the total of 14 singles in the top 100. Let me see.
I didn't know Roll Over Beethoven charted that high.
On this day in 1960, RCA Victor Records announced that it would release all pop singles in mono and stereo simultaneously. The first record company to do so. Elvis Presley's single "Stuck on You" was RCA's first mono/stereo release. And that's it. Let's see who was born. Who was born on this day?
Now, who won the Eurovision Song Award?
No, that was when we do years. We might do a year next year. Let me see. I'm not seeing anybody of any significance. David Grant, Craig Adams, bassist English Gothic Rock The Mission. or the Mission UK. Really, no, Gary Moore. Gary Moore. Right?
Gary
He was born on this day in 1952.
When he played, he looked like he hadn't taken a shit in a month.
Barry Oakley.
Oh,
Bassist with the Allman Brothers Band. Right. Let me see. Dave Hill, Major Lance, Sharon Shealy, Hugh Messer, Danny Thompson.
Hugh Masekela?
Huh? And finally, born on this day in 1913, Muddy Waters. Hey.
What's his real name?
Muddy Waters. Let me see. And his band recorded the Hoochie Coochie Man. I'm ready. I just want to make love to you.
There
it is. There you go.
I think it's Morgan McKinley Field or his real name. By the way,
So the Rolling Stones named themselves after his 1950 song Rolling Stone. His music influenced Eric Clapton's career. Led Zeppelin's Whole Lotta Love is lyrically based on the Muddy Waters hit You Need Love. Waters died in his sleep from heart failure on April 30th, 1983 at age 70.
wow.
Young.
I thought he was older than that.
I know.
He looked old in the last waltz. It was rumored that he was going to get bumped from the last waltz.
Really?
Yeah.
And Levine said, "I walk." If he
How dare you?
You put Neil Diamond on and not Muddy Waters. I'm out
That's-
of here.
Yeah, how dare you?
I
Yeah.
wanted to take Neil Diamond to have two songs. So
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, that's the show. Look at that. 2 hours and 16 minutes. Yeah.
wow, that was too quick.
That was a good one. All right, we got it. We'll pick up maybe on another year next year. Let's look at a year's. Lou, you pick a year this week.
Have we done 75?
Let's go through a quick
Something about that
rundown.
year. Just what do you think, Lou?
I mean, we can. It's a different.
Lou,
Let's
you
see.
pick it.
All right, I'll pick a year. I'm going to pick the year.
Well, let me tell you what we have so far. Let me see. Here we go. We have 67, 68, 69, 70, 72, 75, 76, 77, 79, 84, 85, 86, 87, 90, 91, 94, 2002. So we don't have 66, 7, 8, 9, 70. We don't have 71. We don't have 73, 74, 78.
We didn't do
That's kinda
74.
swollen.
74 is huge. I thought we.
Yeah, I don't think we did 74, so I guess we're going to do 1974.
Let's do 74.
Unless I missed it. I'll review it, and if it looks familiar, I'll let you know.
I'll look back on my notes.
Music.
Yeah,
and
I got them all. My notes, my fucking no.
Lou's not the only one with the notebook.
Jesus Christ.
You got taco.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, as I always say, and I always mean it, thank you for your time. Thank you for your knowledge. And most of all, I really, really thank you for your friendship. Great contribution to the show. Great contribution to my life. And we will get together one of these days.
I'm already telling my daughter.
Why
I'm
not?
telling my
Go
daughter
ahead.
we're going to have a meeting in Asheville, and I'm going to come down and see you, Romina.
There you go.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
There you
We'll-
go.
we'll
It's going to
try it.
happen. It's got to happen this year. We got to make it happen this year.
There's a lot of chicken palm to be found in this town.
And if you're watching or listening, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like it, share it. If you didn't like it, well, thanks for watching for 200. What the fuck? 2 hours and 18 minutes.
I'm going
me
to try to
see.
do what Patty sent to us, the heart thing.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Patty says, great show. Have a great rest of the week.
Thanks,
You
Patty.
too, Patty. Todd Sockman, thanks for keeping me company on my long drive. Good night, gentlemen. You too, my friend.
Sorry about
Well,
this.
he's got a 2-hour commute.
No, he's got
7 hours.
5 hours to go.
Yeah.
4 hours and 15 or 45 minutes to go.
With Todd?
Yeah. Yeah.
Driving from LA
He's
to
driving
Sacramento.
from Sacramento to LA.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Northern California to Southern California. He's going to go down that grapevine. Go down the grapevine.
Napa.
Yeah.
Sideways.
I drove that many times. That's
No
a
Merlot.
fucking line. That's a straight line.
Merlot.
That is a straight line. You go through a lot of fucking cow country too. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like it, share it. If you didn't like it, thanks for listening. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll be back next Thursday night, 7:00. And doing the show for you, to quote my favorite artist, Morrissey, the pleasure, the privilege is mine. And we will see you next Thursday, 7:00.